The hot and humid August evening. Playoff time in the Arena Football League is here, where a storm is brewing in Tampa Bay. Into the eye of the storm come the Memphis Pharaohs. First-year Arena League team, 6-6 record, but they've lost 3 in a row, and they're up against it tonight because they meet the top seed in the playoffs, the Tampa Bay Storm. They've won 6 in a row. They have the league's best record, and they are heavily favored to start on the road to another Arena Football League championship tonight. They won it in 91. They won it in 93. If they're going to win it in 95, the road starts tonight on ESPN. Welcome live, everyone, to the Thunderdome in St. Petersburg, Florida. As ESPN kicks off our coverage of the Arena Football League playoffs with a quarterfinal matchup, the Memphis Pharaohs taking on the Tampa Bay Storm. There are 8 teams still alive for the Arena Football League championship. This is one game tonight. Also tonight, St. Louis at home to Albany. Tomorrow night, San Jose entertains Orlando, and Arizona will entertain Iowa. That is tomorrow night. And a pleasant good evening to you. I'm Tom Mees along with Doc Walker. And Doc, Memphis is just happy to be here. They wish they had all their players.
Oh, that would be nice for them. It's always good to be in the playoffs. As a player, this is what you play for. But for Memphis, they're a little short in the cupboard. An offensive lineman, a wide receiver, and a back is out. Look at the names: Burgess, Martin, great offensive lineman, and Hughes, the receiver. They counted on, well, they won't be able to play tonight. And that hurts you.
One guy who is healthy, though, is the Memphis quarterback. His name is Troy Kopp.
Top gun. Now, this young man right here, you can win with him. He has really improved. He is a quality arena quarterback. Problem is, his offensive line has been waffle thin. It has hurt him. If they just give him some time, Tom, this guy can make plays. They win on defense, but Top Gun can make it happen offensively. As in college, everybody knows he was a Heisman candidate.
At the University of Pacific. And let's take a look at the Levi's 501 offensive lineup for the Memphis Pharaohs. Up front, Ross, Houghton, and Bankhead. Russell and Williams, the wide receivers. The offensive specialist, Ryan Benjamin. Lyles playing his final football game, maybe, and Troy Kopp at quarterback. Now for the Tampa Bay Storm. They are on a roll. Won 6 in a row. They're just killing people down the stretch.
Well, it's toughest part for their head coach, Tim Markham, who is, again, maybe the most successful coach in arena history. Now he's got to overcome complacency for his club. Have his club focus and come in and do what they should get done.
They have a great arena quarterback out of Louisville. His name is Jay Gruden.
Boy, Jay Gruden, football family, father's a scout. His brother's the offensive coordinator with the Eagles, and this young man wants to make it to his 3rd arena championship. And you know what? He's got the guns to get it done.
And one of those guns, pun intended, the St. Petersburg policeman, Stevie Thomas.
Yes, he is. Cop during the offseason. He's a DB killer during the season. Man, this guy gets it done. He's playing both ways this year, and he's flanked by a 2-time arena MVP in George LaFrance. LaFrance is a great return man and a super receiver. They are loaded.
Now let's take a look at the Levi's 501 Tampa Bay offensive lineup.
And if you think it's not enough, folks, look at McKinnon, their fullback. They run the football as well as anybody in the game, but what makes Tampa so special is their defense. Their defense is just awesome in terms of getting after the quarterback. They remind a lot of people of last year's Orlando team, and now they'll get a chance to try to make it back to their 3rd arena championship.
All right, Doc, the Memphis Pharaohs will be kicking off. Handling those duties will be Brian Lee, and a deep man, George LaFrance, number 25. And in front of him for the Tampa Bay Storm, number 8, Grantis Bell, the youngster out of West Virginia. There's the aforementioned kicker, Brian Lee. So the Memphis Pharaohs, their goal when this season started, their inaugural season in the Arena League, just to make the playoffs. They are here, but they're not coming in on a high wave of optimism, having lost their last 3. The kick off the netting, and it's taken by LaFrance. And he's tackled nicely at the 5-yard line by Frizzell Davis of the Pharaohs.
Good to see Davis in. They expect a lot out of Davis. And one thing about this, and we've talked about it a lot, when you're in the playoffs, the record is 0-0. And everybody says that, but can you really believe it as the front runner? Well, we'll find out.
Well, Jay Gruden, out of Louisville, of course, played for Howard Schnellenberger there. 6'1", 215. The knock on him was he's too small for the National Football League. He's just the right size for the Arena League.
All he does is win.
LaFrance in motion through the slot. Gruden wide open. Stevie Thomas. Past midfield, and down he goes. Oh, they say he stepped out just before midfield at the 24-yard line.
There are a lot of people you might leave open. Thomas LaFrance would not be one of those two. Hard to imagine, but when you get a game going, jitters mean a lot. This is the playoffs, and it is an expansion club. As you watch Lyle, the middle backer, he's on the dog. See, there's nobody there, folks. There's nobody in the screen. and Thomas is a guy who can scoot.
See the difference in an instant. Yet another reason to switch from this freeze-dried to dark, rich Folgers crystals. Folgers looks more like dark, rich, ground-roast coffee, but the freeze-dried costs about $1 more. Folgers crystals. Pocket the difference in an instant.
Rough day, Milky Way. Smooth out with Milky Way.
Come on, kids, it's back to school. And Haynes has got the clothes that rule. We got the favorite walking socks. We got sweats and tees for all you jocks. We got Mickey Mouse and the Lion King. We even got stuff with Olympic rings. You want to be the classiest kid in class? Here's what you do. Just wait till we get our hands on you. Just wait till we get our hands on you.
Meet Rondell Sheridan, family man, child psychologist.
I remember when I was a kid, I used to stand there trying to get my mom's attention. Ma, 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 ma. I'm thinking maybe she didn't hear me. I'll say it on the other side. Ma, 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 ma. Then I realized all moms have the eternal ma device. They flip a switch, they don't hear anything, they just see you standing there going.
Rondell Sheridan stars in Minor Adjustments, Sundays this fall on NBC.
The 6 of us live in Gospel House, down on Durham Street.
Now, that's a very nice neighborhood.
Maybe it's too nice.
What do you mean?
See, we are rather...
Barbecue wings and our new big and chocolatey Oreo.
And that's really you take what the defense will give you. Good recognition by Gruden.
Now, first and goal to 7. This is where Tampa Bay is so dangerous. They have a good rushing offense. Cedric McKinnon, the leading rusher in the league. And the give inside the 5-yard line to the 4. It'll be second down and goal to the 40.
Thomas come in and block. This time, George comes in, and Loris gives him the edge, gets the corner. Wide receivers have to block in order to have a potent running attack.
That was McKinnon on the carry. And, of course, the running game is so crucial here in this league because the field is short, and oftentimes you don't have a lot of room to run past pattern. And the officials waving them back to the huddle. Let's...
Oh, they got to tie some shoes.
Somebody lost some footwear. Yeah. There you go.
There's Velcro when you need it.
Let's listen to Jay Gruden in the huddle.
Leftover rip. Leftover rip, 38 long. On 2, ready?
See, on a log, you'll get the block. You'll get the back to block down, and they may pull a guard on. It's very interesting to watch how these guys run the football.
Brandis Bell, the man in motion. McKinnon, he's got a convoy, and he is close to the goal line. Well, they say he didn't know.
No, he didn't make that.
Look at Markham. He's right there at the goal line. Yeah. The coach yelling and screaming.
Markham is there. Once again, George LaFrance, he gets the block on Bankhead. Boy, if you bring Bankhead down, you're quite a man. And we'll get a chance to show you why the ground attack is so effective. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go right back to you. Let's take a look at the grunt. Here's George LaFrance, one of the premier receivers in the league. Watch him right there. He gets John Bankhead down. All you got to do is get him down. March can't get over. You got Stevie Thomas out on the wing. That's good football.
33.
7th play of this drive coming up. Inches away from pay dirt. McKinnon, touchdown. You're that close. You got a runner like McKinnon and just give him the ball and let him roll over.
Yeah, he's powerful back. But it's everybody up front. That offensive line, Conlon was up for the Outland a few years back at Penn State. Roland, Brembry, they're a little unusual up front.
Cedric McKinnon led the Arena League in rushing with 222 yards. Chalk up another one.
You see, at the point of attack, and one thing we used to do with the Skins, we had Riggins, you can leave a guy a free runner. Leave him to the fullback, and I guarantee you he'll win more than he loses.
Jorge Cimadevilla in to attempt the extra point, and it's good. So with 10:29 to go in the first quarter, the Tampa Bay Storm take the opening kickoff and roll right down the field, storming to the lead, 7-0. Live Arena Football League action. The playoffs continue on this Saturday night from St. Petersburg in a moment.
Here's move. When you can start and you have to run full speed, I mean, you just can't go half speed and then stop and then go start again. That is something.
Oh, it's a grab. That's say I consider soapbox racing most like Twister. You just got to bend yourself all around.
That's like a safety routine right there. It's like a safety check.
If you get dumped at 40 miles per hour, they'll keep the skin on your legs.
I had to abandon ship.
It's Ace Dollar Days, where a little loose change can get you lots of great stuff, including things like this for just $1 each. You'll find them all at Ace Dollar Days now.
This defensive coordinator's nightmare is brought to you by Thurman Thomas and his righteous low, who remind you that players are made in the preseason.
Tonight's Arena Football League game is brought to you by Rydell, the official helmet and protective equipment supplier of the Arena Football League, and by Ace Hardware, the place with the helpful hardware folks. One of the many beautiful expanses is linking the Tampa Bay area between St. Petersburg and Tampa. Of course, Clearwater right here as well. And they like to say you're in the eye of the storm here in the Thunderdome.
And you are. All you had to do is be out in traffic today, and it was, it makes you wonder.
Well, there is Cedric McKinnon to score the touchdown. That scoring drive, 7 plays, 44 yards to 431. Simavivilla gets the leg into it. Hits the net. Goes through the legs, and it's loose in the end zone. And finally just grabbing it is Frizzell Davis, the rookie offensive specialist out of Maine.
Well, that's what Davis. This is Davis. This is his specialty. Man, he's got to give him some production, catching that ball off the net. And that's one thing Coach Freeze says he likes about Davis, is that ability.
Well, let's see what Troy Cott can do. Played his college football at the University of Pacific, and as you mentioned, Doc, and he opened a record center there.
And he really was. I mean, he has a good feel for the passing game, and he's been able to condense that in his 50-yard field and really play some good football.
Watch out for him to hook up with number 10, Ryan Benjamin, brought in just this week, and here he goes. Benjamin has it up the 11-yard line. The reason I said that is that Benjamin also played with Kopp at Pacific.
Yeah, he did. Nothing like bringing one of your buddies to the party, and that's exactly what he's done.
Troy Kopp on the season threw for over almost 2,800 yards. Don Freeze, the head coach, his first head coaching job. Been with the Colorado Buffaloes, been with Vanderbilt, been with the Denver Gold of the USFL.
He knows a little something about moving that forward pass as well, doesn't he?
Down! Sure does. Memphis will almost always pass. They hardly ever run. Benjamin, welcome to the Arena League. Wow, what a hit by Corey Dowden out of Tulane.
Dowden, hammer. That is a hammer hit. And when you can do that in zone, whenever you get a chance to look at the quarterback and see it coming, now Benjamin doesn't have a clue, but now he has reality. That's a good stick. Good way to welcome him, but he does hold on. And as a receiver, that's all you can ask.
Levi's 501 Tampa Bay Storm defense. Bembry, Wells, and Rowland. McKinnon, Thomas, Dowden. We just saw Perkins and Sanders. Third down at about 3 for Memphis and Troy Kopp. Kopp got the protection. Flag on the play. The ball overthrown, intended for Frizzell Davis. Let's wait the penalty call. Some late pressure on Kopp, but he had enough time. Offside on the Memphis Pharaohs. They'll decline it, will Tampa Bay, bringing up a 4th down.
Number 88, Memphis, decline, 4th down.
Davis either have a little problem with the jitters. Really got to get his head in this football game. They need him to be productive, and so far, it's not happening.
Now, Brian Lee will set up from his own 5, so this will be a 55-yard attempt. Russell will be the holder. Just in case, LaFrance is back in the end zone for Tampa Bay. 53-yard attempt. It's long enough, and it is good. It is good. So the Memphis Pharaohs are on the board with 8:50 left to go here in the first period. They answer the Tampa Bay Storm, albeit with a field goal, not a touchdown. Midway through the first, Memphis has made a statement. Tampa Bay 7, the Pharaohs 3. Back live to St. Pete in a moment.
Pro football. To some, it's just a game. But to ESPN, it's our business. We broadcast the battles. Now ESPN gives you the stories behind the lines. It's ESPN's Pro Football 95, the new Pro Football Bible. We put what we know down on paper. Team-by-team analysis, features, player profiles. Chris Berman leads an ESPN All-Star squad forecasting who'll soar and who'll dive in 95. Don't be left in the dust. Available at newsstands August 1st.
We're going to have a pumping workout today. Let's get to our chair and go. And back and up.
Imagine an exercise this easy to do that actually does you some good.
Feel the burn. And back and up. And back and up.
Introducing the SoloFlex Rocket. It gives you both an aerobic workout and builds muscle for permanent fat loss. And you can own it for less than you'd imagine. Call now for a free brochure and video.
Memphis Pharaohs on the board. Lee, a 53-yarder. Previous long was 41. Hey, the Memphis Pharaohs come in here with 3 losses in a row, but Doc, 4 plays, 7 yards, buck 39. Lee has him on the board. Has to be encouraging early on.
Saving grace. You come out on you, let the storm score on you, and this young man comes out and puts a foot on it. It's not easy to kick a field goal in this league, especially from that distance.
Those goalposts are what, 9 yards wide?
9 yards, 15 high.
And over end, he will not hit the netting. LaFrance takes it with a head of steam. There he goes up to the 14-yard line. Good return. That's where Tampa Bay will put it into play. Well, Sunday Night Baseball coming your way tomorrow night from the Astrodome, another dome. This one in Houston, Texas. Of course, the Astros in a race for that wild card playoff spot in the National League. Brett Butler and the Mets have been playing a lot better baseball of late. The Mets and the Astros tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time.
Stros loading up, getting a little aggressive.
Yeah.
Picking up players.
Well, they got Henneman from the Tigers, right?
The Tigers, yeah.
Mike Henneman to shore up their bullpen. 21-yard return for LaFrance. Go! Gruden, once again, he can have a sandwich and a cup of coffee. And he has it complete to Tracy Perkins. Listed usually as a defensive specialist, but that time he was all alone on the left side.
Yeah, it's amazing. They've had 3 passes where their primary receiver has been wide open. And not enough pressure, not any pressure at all. This is not good for Tampa Bay, but that's really Wyatt.
Wyatt is not putting a lot of weight on that right leg. 6'1", look at that, 280 out of Alabama.
Typical Bama player. You can't block him. These guys, they are born with leverage. This is not good. I mean, he has really been a tremendous player for the Storm, and you just hope it's just a strain.
Well, Wyatt will take a seat. Have to see who Tampa Bay puts in his stead. Kent Wells to the center, Roland, the tight end, number 88. Tim Markham seeing one of his starters carted off. Of course, Memphis has a share of their injuries.
When a player can't walk off the field on his own pressure.
Left over route.
That's a bad sign.
George, tighten down like you're blocking logs. Left over rip. 32 shift. On 2. Ready?
You want to translate?
Yeah, they're going to run the football.
All right. I like that. Nice and simple. I can dig that. All right.
And Jones might be the lucky guy.
That's McKinnon. Jones. Jones flanks on the play inside the 15 to the 14 of Memphis, but hold everything. That was Tony Jones, number 44 in the carry.
You're going to see some quick snaps on both sides.
There is no foul. Number 88 raised his hand. Tight end raised his hand. Number 88.
That is a rule in arena football. The tight end must distinguish the fact that he is the tight end. He must raise his hand as he comes out of the huddle every play.
Pick up around
right
6.
Load, 82 Poco. On
It'll
2.
be
Ready?
second down at about 3.5 yards if you want to get your calipers out. Ball is on the 13-yard line. 7-3 Tampa Bay.
Boy, they are in rhythm. They are in rhythm.
LaFrance circles around. Gruden's going to look for him. He's covered. So he gets it away to Stevie Thomas, and Thomas tries for the pylon, and he's about a half-yard short.
You know, you start looking to find out. This is a team that everybody says should represent and host the arena game. But why? Well, because number one, that offensive line now is dominating. And you got to ask yourself at this point, who's going to get some pressure on Jay Gruden? So he's able to find a secondary receiver. Now watch Thomas. Again, some guys make big things happen after the catch. He's one of them.
And yet the Memphis Pharaohs are not any slouch defensively as a team.
Now, the first 6 weeks of this year, they were probably the best team in arena football defensively.
They got to put some pressure, you're right, on the quarterback. In this game, if you can do that, you got a shot if you're the underdog. If you can't, well, you go down 14-3 early. Tony Jones just walks in, and now
grab those offensive linemen and pat them on the rear end. You know, it's the thing, when a guy gets a 1-yard run and does a dance, but guys are knocking people out of the way for him. I always thought you got to run at least 30, 40 yards and break 5 tackles before a celebration was worthy.
Yeah, I don't like the dancing on a 1-yard run. However, I'm not going to tell him to stop.
I won't either.
Semidavia for the extra point. Out of Gruden's hole, it's up and good. And with 5 minutes, 58 seconds to go in the first quarter, 2 drives for the Tampa Bay Storm and 2 touchdowns. Tampa Bay form is holding so far the top seed in the Arena League playoffs, have a 14-3 lead here at the Thunderdome. We'll be back with a second Memphis possession in a moment.
Snap that trail leg.
El President. Semidavia set to kick off for the Tampa Bay Storm. Arena Football League action live on ESPN tonight. First round of the playoffs. Top seed Tampa Bay in control, but it is early. Off the netting it comes to Jeff Russell. And he is met head up, and I mean head up by 10 12s, all 290 pounds of it.
Oh, my goodness. Is that Nebraska? That's a Cornhusker. We used to call that a function at the junction. Head-on collision. When you get big people on special teams, I mean, you run all the way downfield. You're carrying all that mass, 290 pounds of manhood. Here you watch you. This takes some courage to come off the net. Now watch the collision. Oh my goodness. I just love it. I just love it.
That's a prescription, Doc, for a concussion. That's what that is.
Oh, that is beautiful to me. That is beautiful. I'd hate to be Walker. I want to be Russell. I like watching it, especially with Mark C.
You ever get to deliver a blow like that when you play?
Hey, I was hit more so like that, more so than I delivered him. You got to believe that.
Well, Kopp 2 out of 3 on the night, but only for 7 yards. Let's see if Memphis can get something going offensively. And Kopp is under pressure and almost intercepted. A flag on the play as well. Joe March almost had a walk-in touchdown.
Wells is on his way. This is a man that looks like he's headed towards an Ironman award.
Penalty, though, against the Tampa Bay Storm.
Maybe we know why he got this so quick.
Too many men on the field?
I don't know. Let's see. It looked like he's a little quick off the stop. Look for Memphis.
Illegal defense, number 88. Defensive end drifting off the line. 5 yards, automatic first down.
Can't drift. Got to keep a relationship with the guard of the tight end. It's got to be shoulder pad to shoulder pad. You cannot get too wide, and there are no stunting. Yeah. And the 2 linebackers have responsibilities. One rushes, one cannot rush. So the little things you hear us talk about, folks, they will explain a little more as it happens.
So that moves the ball out over the 15-yard line, and a first down for the Memphis Pharaohs. And a whistle before the snap and another flag. Let's get the explanation. Again, against Tampa.
Memphis is moving. Hey, you got to move the ball any way you can.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the bench. 8 yards, first down.
Well, Tim Martin a little bit vociferous to the referee, and he threw the cloth. And boy, that hurts. That's up to almost midfield.
It really does. There's Martin. He's going after it. Again, I told you the coach would have to keep his troops motivated. Well, he did a heck of a job of that. Now, Memphis is poised. Great field position, but they must execute.
14-3 Tampa Bay, but a golden opportunity now for the Memphis Pharaohs. Kopp going for the whole ball of wax, but excellent coverage on that play. Intended receivers Ryan Benjamin with a flag near the end zone, and they may nail one here on Tracy Perkins.
Yep. Consider it done.
Or Sanders. Which one?
Yep, consider it done. That's Sanders.
Yep, Sanders. Yep. Well, the flag down near the 5-yard line. So the Pharaohs are getting a lot of help here.
Hey, Thomas. That pass interference. Number 27, Tampa Bay. 8 yards, automatic first down.
Tracy Sanders, that was right the first time.
Yeah. 3 in a row, 3 flags. Now you wonder why. This is just a streak. He comes right off the line of scrimmage. Now he's shooting for it. See the bump? When Tracy looks back, doesn't find the football quick enough. And in the officials category, he's saying the receiver had an opportunity to catch that ball. Well, that's questionable, but that's the way it goes.
All right, 1st and 10 for Memphis on the 19-yard line. Russell in motion. And Kopp is dragged down from behind. A penalty flag. There's football as well. They're going to say he was down by contact, no turnover. But a flag on the play.
This would be 4 in a row. Joe March was supposed to be a little injured. They didn't know whether or not he would play. He shot out of there like a cannon.
And another penalty against Tampa Bay. You ought to look at Coach Mark shooting themselves in the foot in this drive.
Yeah, but you know what? Until they score some points on them.
Illegal defense, outside rush, number 44, 5 yards, first down.
To the back. One of the rules, we talked about the box. They cannot go more than a yard and a half. Out of distance, you can't loop, you can't run X games. You see Markham there.
That's to save the quarterbacks, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It really is. You see what happened. That was a clean shot. But all for naught if Cobb can't put the Pharaohs in the end zone.
14-yard line. Another first down for Memphis. And jumping early. Flags again all over the place. Well, emotions are at a fever pitch here in a playoff game.
Yeah, this will be 5 in a row on them. What has happened is that they have changed up the snap count. Going with a lot of quick snaps, non-rhythmic. 5 in a row. 5 in a row. Now, coach has got to settle himself down, so his troops will settle down.
Offside on the defense, 3 yards, still first down.
They got it. That's a good move by Troy Top. Good move.
A little game of cat and mouse with Kopp playing around with that defensive lineup for the Tampa Bay Storm, and the ball moves forward. Memphis hasn't done any of this on their own.
Not at all. But it doesn't matter. If they score, they get credit for it.
Kopp to the end zone. Russell, and another flag, and Russell is hit from behind. And this will be pass interference again, and another flag for unsportsmanlike conduct.
We got 7 now. 7 penalties. 7 straight flags. McLeaf is in an altercation with Joe Marsh. Man, do you love this? Talk about action football.
They're into it. These guys are really into it.
This is the playoffs. It's hard to translate this to people. It's like unlike anything you've ever been involved in. The loser goes home for the entire year. It's over.
It's over, yep. Well, it only remains to be seen how much the football will be marked off. Now, you know what? Tim Markham knows what he's doing. My goodness, his team's got the best record in the league, and they're killing everybody. But this team has got to maintain its head here.
Well, that's 7. If this was baseball, he'd be gone. You know that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Troy Kopp is having a nice, calm conversation with his head coach, Don Freeze.
Pass interference, number 27, Tampa Bay, 8 yards. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 22, Tampa Bay. After distance to the goal, first down.
Yeah, see, Samuels is hot. They're loving life. Watch this, folks. Once again, the pressure continues to be there. Good release. Is there pressure? Is there contact? You better believe it is. Contact is there. And that's why Coach Markham at this point has to call off the dogs, so his guys can play football.
First and goal. And here's a running play. That's news for the Pharaohs. Ryan Benjamin actually loses a yard or two. This is a team, the Pharaohs, who had less than 100 yards rushing as a team all year.
Make it 87. They average 1 yard per carry. It is awesome. By contrast, when you look at Tampa Bay, these guys run the football better than anybody. Cedric's averaging 4.2. Look at that on the year. I mean, you know, that is tough. That is tough. That's why they were 8 seed, too.
Well, that play didn't work. Kopp goes over to Freeze to get another one. The ball is marked back out at the 5-yard line.
Biggest series of their entire football life. If they don't score, this place really rough.
Corey Williams spread high to the top of the screen. Benjamin in motion. Kopp, nobody was there. That's a busted play. He was looking for Ryan Benjamin, and Benjamin left early. He did the right thing. He just dumped that off.
He did the only thing he could do. You talk about pressure. Again, the eye of the storm, right? Well, if they don't score at this point, again, just caution yourself. We have to buckle ourselves in up here. This is when you must seize the moment as an offense. Settle down and go to your best play so that you can get somebody in the end zone.
Ball still at the 5, 3rd and goal, and you wonder now if they don't get it in.
Could be over. Could be doom and gloom.
I wonder what they would do on 4th down, Doc.
Got to go for it.
Kopp looking left all the way. Goes down and it's hit. Almost making a catch was Corey Williams. He was wide open, but one of the DBs got a hand on it.
Good adjustment. Boy, Kopp put some muscle on it. You talk about muscle and mustard. He went to Russell. That was a big play. Now, Coach Freeze will play it safe and go for the 3. That's why he's coaching, and I'm broadcasting. You watch this. This is big time. The ball is right on the numbers. You need a big play. Thought they almost had a recovery off the net to Williams, but it was not to be.
Tracy Sanders got a hand on that pass. Lee, a 20-yard field goal. He's 1 for 1 tonight. Had a 53-yarder a few minutes ago. Russell's hold. And it's true with 1 minute 37 seconds left to go here in the first period. Memphis has 2 field goals, but Tampa Bay has 2 touchdowns.
That was a safe thing to do, Tom, but victory to Tampa Bay.
We'll find out if it was the right thing to do in a few minutes. Well, back in the playoff game, 14-6 our score here. We understand Albany and St. Louis are tied at 7 in the first quarter at the Field Center.
There's going to be some passing in that football game.
Well, the Firebirds, they're number 1 scoring team in the league. Tampa Bay number 2, right?
Yep. Isn't the playoffs neat, though? I mean, we've seen some pretty good regular season games throughout the course of this year, don't get me wrong. But it's just different now. Yeah. You can sense that there's a level of the intensity that's sky high, the emotions are run high, but I'm telling you this, they really blew a keen opportunity. You don't get down in Tampa Bay's area that often. You got to get 7 out of those deals. Now, it was a safe call to make, but is a safe call right? Maybe not.
We'll find out. We'll find out. Brian Lee tees it up. The Pharaohs trailing by 8. They need a good defensive stop on this series. Coming in, big underdogs to the top dog, Tampa Bay. This one will hit the net to LaFrance. Got a room and fumbles the football. LaFrance, did he recover or not?
I think he did. Boy, Memphis needed that in the worst way.
He got it.
LaFrance went after that one, man, like he had Velcro on the ball.
LaFrance makes you hold your breath. I thought he was going to take it coast to coast.
And that's why you think, you get those 3 points, and if you don't get down on special teams, when McLeish comes over, he's the one that knocks the ball out, and there's LaFrance. He just stayed after it like a pit bull after a bone.
So they actually wind up through the storm, not only with the football, but in the Memphis end of the field at the 23.
Well, this franchise has been based on defense, and they really need a big defensive play. And John Bankhead has got to make his presence known on defense for Memphis to have a shot.
These two teams met once in the regular season here July 1st. 68-32 was the score in favor of Tampa Bay. Wide open LaFrance again. How can they leave him alone? He's got a first and goal at the 9.
Yeah, they're beating this now by scheme. John Bankhead went out and got a bump on LaFrance, and that does 2 things that you don't want to do. And again, Dale White and his group and Coach McQuaid, these guys have done good. Coach McQuaid, they've been running this program all year. But I got my best pass rusher out pushing a wide receiver so I get no pressure on the quarterback. And guess who's wide open? The wide receiver. So, I mean, got to kind of question that scheme. Or maybe it's just a blown coverage.
Gary Pitts had to come over and make the tackle. The ball resting just inside the 10, so it's a first and goal. As they restart the clock. Late in the first quarter now, the scoreboard clock across the way shows a minute 37, and it's not moving. And I think the officials recognize this. That thing's been stuck on 137 for a while, and the other clock also says 137.
Yeah, that one has 30. Yeah, 137.
Arena Football League action. The clock runs. It's running time until the last minute of every quarter.
That's first down.
And the referee twirls the arm, and well, now they've adjusted it. We're under 20 seconds to go. That's the scoreboard high atop the center of the field, which we can't see.
I was wondering how you pick that up.
Gruden, he fakes and a flag on the play. Gruden is brought down hastily by John Bankhead, who's
Predator. That is the Predator.
Out of southern Utah.
Well, here's the guy I was talking about, folks. It's his mission to get in and disrupt things. The Predator, but he might have been offside. Did he get in too quick? He did. Boy, that hurts when you got to take a dance back.
Offside, number 99, Memphis, 3 yards, replay first down.
In Tampa Bay, you say save the last dance for me, pal.
No question, 99 on that. That's rough. Must be Greg Ross. Is that Ross?
Yep.
Big Daddy Ross. Boy, you take away a sack, you lose momentum, and now Bankhead has to eat that dance.
Total yards in this game offensively. Tampa Bay 93, Memphis 6.
Well, you can't, I wasn't a math wizard, but you can't keep trading touchdowns for field goals.
Well, they have finished the first quarter of play here at the Thunderdome. As the officials say, look at the scoreboard over the top of the field. It's come down to 0. And the Memphis Pharaohs are hanging in, but I'll tell you, it's with their fingertips right now. 2 field goals for Memphis, 2 touchdowns for the Tampa Bay Storm. After 1, here at the Thunderdome, Tampa Bay 14, Memphis 6. Back with the second quarter in a moment. PM, Memphis Pharaohs, Tampa Bay Storm. I'm Tom Mees, along with Doc Walker, and Tampa Bay is threatening the goal line once again. We've had some clock problems here, Rick. They're trying to rectify them, and I think they have for the present time.
And the clock's not the only problem. The Pharaohs, look at the yardage here, 93-6.
And the first downs, Memphis had 5 first downs in the first quarter, all by penalty.
We had 7 flags in a row.
Here goes McKinnon. Is he in? No. They say he was out of bounds just short of the goal line. That's the 3rd time tonight that Tampa Bay thought it had scored, but denied temporarily.
Well, that's about the only thing that's going to stop them, too. That's the out-of-bounds marker. They are a very physical football team. And when they get down, unlike Memphis, who got down and lost yardage on the run, watch the people up front. So you get your lead block. There's Cesar up front. So you've always got a hat on pads. This is the thing about them. They're very well coached, and they like to run the football.
Center Chris Kindle leads them out. 2nd down and goal. McKinnon will give it to him again, and they ride that horse into the end zone. Tampa Bay, 3 for 3. 3 possessions and 3 scores.
Yeah, they are rather good at that. And they enjoy it. You know, some people like to run the football. They understand that the benefits of it. Arizona ran the ball well last year. Orlando can run the football. This is what you got to do. See, if Memphis has that same setup, this is a different ball game. But they were forced to go to the pass, which makes it very difficult.
Well, let's again chronicle the Memphis Pharaohs. They have some key people out. Brett Cooper out with a shoulder for the year. Darren Hughes out. Joey Vargas out. So they're playing shorthanded tonight.
They're playing shorthanded, but all year long. I mean, some of those guys were there. They still average 1 yard per rush.
Well, they've not been a running juggernaut by any means. No. Simadavia on to attempt another extra point. Kicker's eye view, and that's perfect. 13:51 left here in the first half. They fixed the clock. No fixing needed for the Tampa Bay offense. The score, 21. Pharaohs better get some more help. They have 6. A key offensive series coming up from Memphis in a moment. It's brought to you by the athlete's foot. Nobody knows the athlete's foot like the athlete's foot. And by Arid. Get a little closer with Arid Double X, the anti-odor, antiperspirant that helps keep you extra dry. That's a beautiful sight on a hot August night in St. Petersburg, the Thunderdome, home to the NHL's Tampa Bay Lightning and the 2-time Arena Football League champion Storm.
Lightning, new arena coming up. Things are smoking down here in Tampa.
That's right. We're talking about new football stadium for the NFL Buccaneers. They get the financing, and here comes Memphis. Frizzell Davis, rookie out of Maine. Nice to turn off the net out to the 10-yard line. For the 10th running of the Grand Prix of Hungary, we'll see defending champion Michael Schumacher anxious to extend his 21-point lead over Damon Hill in the Driver Championship. 77 laps. Who will come out on top? Grand Prix of Hungary live. Note the start time tomorrow morning, 7:50 a.m. Eastern. That's 4:50 in the morning out in L.A.
Yeah. I guess I'll call my mom and ask her to get up and watch that one.
It's from Budapest. How often do you see cars from Budapest?
Hurry up!
You got to be into that.
Hurry up!
18-yard return. And good field position here for the Pharaohs, relatively speaking. Ryan Benjamin, a quick out, and makes a little something out of nothing. Dalvin is there to run him out.
You know, Tom, every offense needs a bread and butter play. I'm not convinced yet that Memphis has it against this defense. They're not able to run the football, and they've got to get into that basic zone versus zone passing where they can get back and complete a few balls. They need a score.
Swing loop right, quarter quick.
I mean, if you know the other team is not going to run at all. I mean, Tampa Bay is not concerned about stopping the run.
Not at all.
Tonight, Memphis, Doc, is -1 on the ground.
41-6, you can even get nasty.
Flag on the play. Kopp is going along to the right sideline over the head of Greg Lewis, and another flag as that ball sailed over.
Quicker, damn it. Come here.
See, he didn't have time,
Hey, you got to be quick, man.
And the officials conferring to see who did what to whom.
I think this is Storm.
Against Memphis and 1 against Tampa Bay, so they offset. We'll do it against half, right? Yep.
Got an illegal shift, 2 men in motion for Memphis. Got an illegal defense. The Jill out of the box for Tampa Bay. Offset, replay, 2nd down.
Now Jill out of the box. Just one of the linebackers spraying on defense.
Yes, it is. The Mac backer has the ability to rush. The Jill backer cannot get out of that box by a yard and a half. Then we look at the penalty situation. Not too key.
It's the only category Memphis leads in tonight.
Down!
2nd down and 10. Kopp out of the backfield, has his man Robert Lyles. Lyles bulldogs his way over the 20-yard line before being bumped out. And he's an excellent story. Number 32, Robert Lyles, playing maybe his last game tonight.
Boy, just a rough guy when he played with the Oilers and again with the Falcons. I mean, he would knock you out. Great linebacker team guy who's coaching and teaching in Houston. And really, if he gets around some young people, they're definitely going to benefit from this young man.
21-6 the score. Memphis starting to mount a drive here up at their own 23-yard line. Top with some time. He's going for the end zone, but the coverage is excellent. The intended receiver was covered step for step by Tampa Bay.
And he flew to the wrong side, too. He had single coverage on this side of the field, and he picked the wrong guy to go to, and the ball wasn't in place, but he had time. What happens as a quarterback is that you get rushed so often, then you get time, and you don't think you have time. See if we can take another look at it. And see, he has pretty good time. He looks downfield, kind of looks it off, and tosses it up. Not a good throw to Top Gun. Good news on Willie Wyatt, too. Wyatt now with just an ankle injury.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, not a ligament or anything worse.
Top only 4 out of 8 on the night. Goes long, and that one was on target. Ryan Benjamin should have had it. And he hears about it as well from Tracy Sanders.
And that was a beautiful throw. See, Cobb has the tools. Not real good on the soft, long throw. Now, this takes some arm right here. There are not a lot of guys can throw this pass. He puts it right on the money. That might have been a score, and you deserve that kind of hit when you drop a pass that pretty.
So you got to take that one and run with it. Memphis 0 for 2 on third down conversions, and they're facing a third down now. Third down and 10.
And the last thing the defense wants to see right now is more Jake Luton.
They can do without that.
Oh, yeah.
Benjamin in motion. Cobb looking over the middle. Has his man for the first down. A nice catch there by Robert Lyles. Down at the 10-yard line. Brought down by number 10, Corey Dowdle.
Well, it's a great move. Lewis there who can run. Lewis is one of those 4-3-4-4 guys out of Texas A&M who can get open and can make some plays. Picks up now his 22nd catch of the year, and a real playmaker who has come on late in the season. Been a real surprise for him.
That's 82, not 32. I stand corrected. Greg Lewis, wide receiver DB out of Texas A&M.
Lyles would love to have him catch that far downfield, though. I'm sure he'd love to hear that.
Yeah, he won't complain. Just outside the 10. Memphis looking for its first touchdown, and they've got it. Wide open, and this time I will get it right. Mr. Lewis.
Yeah. Lewis is in, and now we have a ball game. Now you have a ball game, and now you got a flag, which is really, is that Dowden?
Well, somebody was mouthing off down there in the end zone well after the play.
Doesn't matter, though. I mean, if you're a team in here expected to go all the way, you can't lose your cool. One thing is you stop the offense during regulation, not after the play. That's silly. You got a free runner. Obviously, you've got to blow into coverage. You know, you got to blow into coverage. So be mad at your own guy.
That's right.
You know what you're mad at him for? It's his job to score. Now, look at this. It always happens when you get an underneath runner.
The only negative thing I see for the Tampa Bay Storm tonight is their lack of focus and how they appear to be a sort of a hot-headed team.
They're out of control right now. Timmy Markham got a little hot, and if you see your coach hot, sometimes players feel like it gives them more of a liberty. I'm sure at halftime these guys will try to settle it down, but you know, you're not playing against a club that can't play. Memphis has had some injuries. They've had a few bad.
After the kickoff.
No, since the penalty after the kickoff.
They had 2 games this year, where Troy had multiple interceptions. Other than that, he's been very steady. The problem is offensively, they've only had 1 game that they've scored over 40 points. The whole year. For Arena football, that puts a lot of pressure on your defense.
Especially when you think that they're playoff teams. I think most playoff teams ought to be able to score more than that. And the point after touchdown is good by Brian Lee. So with 9:08 to go in the first half, the Memphis Pharaohs have, if you'll forgive the pun, stormed back to make this a football game. You're not going to forgive that, are you, Doc?
No, I like that. That's good thinking, Tommy. I like that.
21-13 the score. St. Petersburg, Florida, the Thunderdome with the Memphis Pharaohs are a game bunch tonight, scoring their first touchdown, Doc, to make this an 8-point game.
Well, we have a football game now, and they did it without the help of the referees. They got down in one time with 7 flags. This time, some pretty good execution. They finally gave Troy Copperwood pass protection.
Now remember, regardless of how far the ball is brought back, Tampa Bay will be penalized as a result of some extra persons. Here's LaFrance. Going to the left to get some room and is pounded into the boards around the 10-yard line. We'll see where the officials end up marking it. 17-yard return for George LaFrance. They still have to walk off the penalty. And Jay Gruden having a conversation with Tim Markham. They'll cut that in half and put him back at the 5.
Well, I'll say this. Dowden is real lucky that they didn't kick him out of the game. They probably should have kicked him out of the game.
Football is a physical sport. Yes, it's a macho sport in a way. It's one-upsmanship and it's domination, intimidation. You got to know when to cool it.
Yeah, during regulation.
Yeah.
During the snap.
Yeah.
You're right.
You got to know when to turn it off. 1st and 10, Tampa Bay from the 5. Another flag. And Gruden is buried in the end zone. Tackle there made by Steve Houghton.
What can we believe this? If this is against Tampa Bay, see, they've allowed it. They may have woke up the Giants.
That's right.
Or the Pharaoh in this case, taking them out of wraps.
And it is a safety for the Memphis Pharaohs.
There's no foul. Tight end declared. They have a safety.
Safety. And now the Pharaohs are just into the crowd. Let's hear it. They're into this now.
Man, they took them to the... We have more than a game now. We have a challenge. Legitimate challenge. This is so tough when you are expected to win. Now here's Wells, who had a great series 2 series ago. This time he gets beat by a slip. Boy, how, and there he does the whale move on Jay Gruden. He's got to be thinking now, what in the world is going on?
Ferris State, that's a hockey school. They grow some big football players.
I'll tell you what, that young man can lift the house up. He is strong as an ox. 500 bench presser, 280 pounds. They call him the diesel. But he didn't act like a diesel on that one. He acted more like a Porsche on that one. I mean, he got around Wells, got to Gruden, put some points on the board.
And the safety in arena ball is in professional and college football, I think, is the most damaging score because you get points and you get the football right back. It is a 6-point game, and all of a sudden the fans here at the Thunderdome must be wondering what's going on. There's a portion of our crowd tonight. Cimadevilla moves into it, 21-15. Will not quite make it to the net. Frizzell Davis with it. Over the 10 to the 12-yard line. Brought down there by Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas comes in. You know, last year, everybody assumed that the Predators would storm completely through the playoffs. Well, they forgot about Arizona, who got hot at the right time. Now, I'm not trying to reference the fact that Memphis has that type of offense, but they are capable because of the way they play defense. And this man right here, number 12, Troy Cox.
Go.
Let's listen in.
Right wing high, fire 70 on one, ready?
Quick passing game. This is very important for them in their fire series. To get some things and get a possession. Pick up 6.
1st and 10 at the 12. Cox, quick release. Hands his man to the 17. That's Russell. Russell up to the 18-yard line. So pick up a 6.
That's what you want to do. First down, pick up 6.
Give me some help. I need someone.
Give a back a chance to break a play. I love Cobb. Cobb's in the game.
Yep.
Now watch this. Now this is a quick 3-step drop and he's hit. Man, if you're hit on a fire series, you don't have a chance in a 5-step.
And you heard him say, give me some help here, guys. Give me some help. Tony Jones is the man that came in unblocked.
Yeah, usually that's the back's responsibility to step in and pick up the backer.
2nd down, and they say 5, but it's closer to 4.
This is a scrappy club, Tom Mees.
It sure is. Memphis Pharaohs trying to pull off the upset. Cobb going for it all, has his man, and is this a touchdown? No. Out just short of the end zone is Torrey Williams, and he's upset. But a big play nonetheless.
He's upset. His quarterback took a hit. Tampa Bay now, this place is close to silent. Here Williams comes in. He gets some primetime action. Now, it didn't even really appear that Torrey knew the ball was coming his way. He was running like he was running a clearing route, and all of a sudden he is there. They say, yeah, he does step out. Gets on the orange. Kind of tough to now watch the pass throw. That is the key. Does he get the protection? Believe it or not, for that offensive line, that is good. And the result is excellent. Boy, Don Freese, an offensive wizard, has got his club knocking on the door.
30-yard catch. Knocking on the door, but then the inability to run, at least on this down, comes back to haunt the Pharaohs. McLeish actually loses yardage.
Yeah, they'd be better off at this point just abandoning the run completely. Take 4 shots in the air. Now, if you're the Storm, If you hold them to 3, it's a victory.
Loss of 2 for McLeish. Second down and goal from the 3. Freeze has got to figure out a way that he can plow this in.
Running the football is attitude. It really is. The guys up front have to make up their mind to block people.
Top rolling right. Has the receiver. Russell, the one-handed attempt. He did not have control when he hit the end zone.
Man, what an effort. What an effort. Now he tries to negotiate the catch. They're looking for flags now. See, you can't look for flags as an offense. You have to look for scores and execution. As we take another look. Troy gets back. Pretty good throw. Comes out. Now, what he's complaining now, he's saying that Doughton had a hand on his receiver. But again, you can't get in the mix of thinking that you're going to get a flag.
Take a look at the Arena Football League playoffs in St. Louis. The Stampede lead the Albany Firebirds 14-7. Earl Bruce back in postseason play. Cobb to the end zone. Touchdown, Russell. It's a tie game at 21. Oh, my.
Man, these boys, they're not run blockers, but they can definitely pass block. That was a super drive. It really was. I mean, Tampa Bay has the best defense in the league, and they're going after it on the road. That is a super catch for a score. Boy, Memphis, this is nice.
And right into your living room, Russell.
Get those guys on the cameras, the pat on the back. That's good stuff.
Russell is now holding for the extra point. He also played his college ball at Pacific, as Kopp did. And the extra point gives the Memphis Pharaohs their first lead of the night. Once upon a time, this was a 21-6 game. Oh, how things change in a hurry in the Arena Football League. Troy Kopp, the touchdown to Jeff Russell, and Memphis leads it by 1.
The man on your right is Don Freeze with the smile. The man on your left is Tim Markham with the frown.
He is so intense, Tim Markham. The good part from a press standpoint, you can deal with Coach Markham, right up till game time.
He's a big guy.
Great guy, but I'm told that with the players, he's a lot more intense than he is with the media.
He's a winner, and the guys know they're going to work and they're going to do it his way, and you just have to admire his results.
Brian Lee's kick off the bottom of the netting. LaFrance picks it up on a bounce and does well to bring it out near the 10-yard line, where he is cracked pretty hard by Torrey Williams, who lets everybody know about it.
Williams and his, this is a newcomer to Arena Football, and he has played well. 2 big plays as a receiver, now comes through his special teams. And now we'll see how strong the Storm really are on offense, because the emotional has just swung. Boy, look at the plays on that drive. 38 yards, 345. Russell with a great catch, and now Memphis has confidence.
All right, let's see what Tampa Bay can do. Jay Gruden has hit his last 4 in a row. He's 5 out of 6 on the night for 72 yards. McKinnon's already racked up 20 yards rushing for Tampa Bay, but the Storm trailing. Gruden looking left all the way. Got a receiver, Stevie Thomas inside the 10-yard line. What a pass. Right on the money.
This is why they do it at Luno, folks. They've got Thomas, they've got LaFrance, they've got Gruden. And when a good team gets tested, they come right back at you to let you know that they're still top gun. Now watch this play. Now see, that pass, it doesn't get any better. He's been coached that way since he was in Pop Warner to get that ball down the chimney, over the left shoulder. That was picture perfect.
And there was nothing that Jerry Pitts of Memphis could do about it.
Nothing. You're defenseless. All you can do is make the tackle after the catch.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Play action, Gruden, end zone, touchdown.
Grannis
Bell, the former Mountaineer from West Virginia. And Florida native puts the Storm back in front.
This is what they do. They come back to let you know, hey, this is our house, and we're the top gun, and we're going to come at you. Not to be discouraged by this for Memphis, but they get the crowd right back in the game. What do you notice in that film work? What do you see there? No pressure on the quarterback. It's impossible to cover a guy like Grannis Bell without some help.
Trying to do the job was Kevin Ford, but he was a day late and $1 short and about 3 yards out of the picture. And Gruden will go for 2, trailing here, rather leading here by 5. They want to get it to that 7-point margin. Bell in motion. Gruden, plenty of time. Stevie Thomas, 2-point conversion is good. And the Tampa Bay Storm have come from 1 point back to take a 7-point lead.
Good, folks. They are good, and that's just attitude. Look at Stevie Tom, the rest of his face. You watch this, folks. Good play action. See, they can run, which helps them with play action.
And a touchdown catch a moment ago by Grant Bell. And they're roaring again at the Thunderdome. 3 minutes to go in the first half.
When Sports Cream
played his college ball at Bethune-Cookman for Larry Little, the Hall of Famer, played so many years with the Dolphins. Thomas having a big night, Doc. 3 catches, 60 yards.
Yeah, he will definitely be the topic of our halftime as well. Beautiful feature on him. Another thing about this kid, now that he's playing both ways, the past couple of years he was an offensive specialist. His game, in my opinion, has gotten better now that he's a full-time player.
Off the netting, Russell can't control it, steps out of the back of the end zone for the touchback. They'll take it out to the 5-yard line. Well, NASCAR comes your way tomorrow on ESPN at 1 Eastern. It's 10 a.m. Pacific time from Watkins Glen, New York. It's NASCAR's Bud at the Glen. Mark Martin is the defending champ. He also holds the NASCAR Winston Cup qualifying record of just under 120 miles an hour. NASCAR comes to Watkins Glen in upstate New York, 1 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow on ESPN. Good old boys running in the beautiful countryside of New York State.
Good to see number 3 is back.
Caught. Quick one. Russell has it over the 10-yard line. Flag on the play as McLeish is down, but quickly gets up. This is a key drive for Memphis here, Doc. They don't want to make a turnover or fall too far behind at half.
No, they can't let the storm erupt.
And another Tampa Bay storm penalty. Offside. And Coach Freeze says, let's take the penalty and keep it down.
7, decline.
Oh, I stand corrected. I thought he said take the penalty, but I guess not. The catch is up to the 13-yard line.
You know, right now, Coach Freeze is just tickled to death. There's nothing he can be upset about at this point. All he needs to do now is get in at the intermission, either up and not down further than he is now, and to maintain some confidence and some attitude.
Second down and 2 for the Memphis Pharaohs, trailing this one by 7. The big underdogs. Cops got Russell wide open, and somebody had a miscommunication there.
Yeah, that was not good.
You don't get chances like that against this defense too often.
Now, he's trying to get Lewis downfield. 82 that you see in your screen, and we watch you inside of the slot. And what they do is they run a circle route. You got an inside receiver there. That's just good defense. So you might have to just credit the defense for figuring that one out. They played a loose version of like a run-through with zone. And, sometimes you just guess right.
And Tracy Sanders left his man. It appeared a bit too early, but he got away with it.
Yeah, he guessed.
Minute 35 to go in the half. Top, quick one, and it's too low. It'll go incomplete. This will bring up a 4th down. Benjamin is intended target. That was not a good throw.
No, it wasn't. Secondary played up. Sanders has really stepped his game up in the secondary, and Tracy was all over Brazil Davis.
Well, Brian Lee, who hit a 53-yarder to open the Memphis scoring, is setting up now at his own 5. This will be what, a 55-yard attempt? 55 yards if it's good.
You need to kick, and you don't want the ball in George LaFrance's hands either.
And a whistle as we reach the 1-minute mark here in the half, and they will stop the clock now. And now each team, of course, has 3 timeouts, and it's just like it is in the NFL now. The clock will stop at incomplete passes and such.
Which gives Jay Groot the chance now to run that little 1-minute offense in arena football.
Everything's cut in half here. Field's 50 yards long. You don't have a 2-minute warning. You have a
15-yard penalties, 8-yard penalties, 3-yard penalties. It would be devastating if you're a Memphis fan to have a Storm get a good return or come back and score.
Ryan Lee trying a 55-yarder. It is long enough and wide to the right, so LaFrance will take it off the net. Has a bit of a hole. He's got a big hole. He may go. Stop just inside the 5-yard line. George LaFrance. Remember that play in this football game.
There you go. That was my warning to you Memphis fans. That could be the worst thing to have happen. 49-yard return by the ultimate return specialist in this league. George LaFrance, I mean, there are some good ones. But I'm telling you what, over the years, this young man has just had staying power. From Detroit all the way, a two-time most valuable player of the league, and he showed you that he still got a lot of spring in those legs.
And they say, Doc, that he stepped out just outside the 10. So a break for Memphis in a way. They'll mark it just outside the 10, first and 10 from there. 42 seconds left to go in the half, a 7-point lead. You see LaFrance leading return average, and he is in motion now. Gruden, he is under pressure and just had to dump that one off. Boy, even the official got knocked down on that play.
Well, it's a great pass rush. Now, there's the Predator, and he's coming in there. Ross is coming in there big time. You know, great guys in this league, especially coming off that net. Let's see if we can watch this. That's what you do to LaFrance. You pump him into the receiver. Here's Brazil Davis, who does that. He comes out and makes a big play on that.
Poor umpire got sandwiched there, and he doesn't wear any pads.
No, that's a tough position.
You wonder, where everything is compacted, you wonder why that doesn't happen more often.
I don't know why they don't wear pads.
Well, they want to look slim.
I want to be padded up.
Gruden, timing pattern, and this will not time out. Now, they wanted a penalty, but you know what? Stevie Thomas did not have a chance to catch that ball.
You hit it right on the nail, right on the nail.
And Thomas is kneeling down there as if to say, you've got to be kidding, but Stevie, that ball, Will Chamberlain wouldn't have caught that ball.
Got to fight for it. The offensive players always have to lobby for it. There's no chance at that ball. No chance at that ball.
Jerry Pitts will tell you that. He's having a chance. I'm going to hit him. Like a free shot.
Wouldn't be an offensive player if you agreed with it.
Third down now. The key situation here for both teams with 33 seconds to go until halftime. Storm is 2 out of 2 on third down of this game. Gruden almost intercepted. He does complete it to Wayne Williams.
Boy, Davis, that would have been a play. That would have been the play. And Brazil doesn't make it. You can't advance a championship play without big plays. Watch 88 in the screen. See, he goes for the extension. Leave your feet. You know, I often wonder, why don't guys leave their feet? Stretch out, man. Give it to Pete Rose. I mean, you're playing for your playoff life. You don't want to leave anything.
Jimmy DeVilla is in to attempt a field goal as Memphis has done a nice job holding Tampa Bay here. From the 12 to a 22-yard attempt. Or 20-yard attempt. I stand corrected. 20-yard attempt. Kick is up and no good. Wide to the right. And a penalty flag after the ball was corralled off the net. But the key thing is here that Tampa Bay was held without a score.
After that great 46-yard return by George LaFrance, and now all for uh-oh. Now, what could this be on this?
Well, they're motioning it's on Tampa Bay. This happened after the ball was kicked. I mean, the field goal was kicked. It was wide to the right.
You do have a 5-yard rule in terms of giving a guy off the net a chance to retrieve the football.
The referees are having a conference. Meanwhile, there is 21 seconds left to go on the clock. We understand that St. Louis is well out in front of Albany now at the Kiel Center. Boy, they have really come on, the St. Louis Stampede. At one point, they had lost 3 in a row themselves. And they've really come on since we saw them out in Arizona about a month ago.
The opportunity to catch number 42, Tampa Bay. The Memphis ball, first down. 3 yards.
Well, they have Kaleo at quarterback, and we talked about the Maryland connection, but Earl Bruce has gotten it done. I mean, he's gotten it done on defense, and they were not a good defensive club through the mid part of the season. They got off to a quick 5-0 start, and now seem to be poised playing pretty good playoff ball.
Well, the ball is moved out on the 3-yard penalty out to the 8-yard line. Didn't give enough room to bring that thing in. So here's a chance now, Doc, the way arena football is structured with 21 seconds left. Memphis down by 7. They could go in the locker room tied here.
Yeah, they could. Big turning point in this football game.
Troy Kopp on the fake. Has a man open. And a touchdown. The Pharaohs have pulled within 1 as Greg Lewis beat his man Dowden, and a perfect strike from Kopp.
Can you believe this? Lewis last week had a multiple touchdown. He had 3 touchdowns. Said he should have had 4. Had 1 called back. Was on a tear. Could not be stopped. Now, see the pass pro. That's the difference. See, Troy throws off that back foot. I mean, he just like slung it, just all arm. Boy, that's an incredible throw, and that is speed. Boy, Greg Lewis can fly. I mean, this guy has jets, and you see him there. That's just straight out deep ball, and no smack talking on that one because Dowden is beaten.
And now Memphis with a chance to tie this one up. Ryan Lee on the extra point try. Up and good, and with 14 seconds to go in the half, just like that, we are tied at 29. But hold everything. Plenty of time left for the Tampa Bay
A lot of time.
14 seconds, friends, is a veritable lifetime in arena football. We got a great one tonight on ESPN.
So Bell stands in with Houston up 10.
This is surprising a lot of people tonight. Greg Lewis, 3 receptions for Memphis tonight, 69 yards and 2 touchdowns, Doc.
Smoking. I mean, this young man out of A&M can flat fly. And I talked to him. We had breakfast this morning. You know, Greg says, I said, look, man, don't kill our broadcast. You know what I mean? He says, look, we have something. I mean, we're not just showing up here out of sympathy. He says, you know, if we can get some pass protection, we're going to get after the secondary because I think the secondary is the weak part of this football team. I said, well, you talk the talk, can you walk the walk? He said, watch me. Well, so far we're watching, and I like what I see.
I'll tell you, no matter what happens here in the last 14 seconds, Memphis has to be very satisfied. Well, France got 1 paw on it. It's loose in the end zone, and Thomas will be tackled there for a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 5-yard line.
Scary thought. Thomas and LaFrance back deep. Both guys can kill you on return.
So 14 seconds left for Jay Gruden, and that's plenty of time for anyone in this league, especially someone with the talent of a Jay Gruden.
We should sell tickets now. I'd like to be in at halftime with Coach Markham.
Oh, my. Well, this is a family show. Remember that.
Yeah, but we're rated PG-17.
Was that it? Okay. Let's see what Tampa Bay can do with 14 seconds left. Gruden goes to his man in motion. That is Wayne Williams. He is out of bounds to stop the clock up at the 15-yard line. They used up 4 seconds. Ball up at the 15. First down. That's not the important thing. Tampa Bay is thinking at least 3 and hopefully 7 with 10 more seconds left. Time enough, maybe 2 plays?
Yeah, a play and a field goal opportunity.
Look for Gruden to go deep here. Well, he goes underneath, and out of bounds is Thomas. Stops the clock for a first down in Memphis territory. That used 4 seconds, so maybe 1 more play.
Well, one thing I don't want to do is get caught without an opportunity to get a field goal. So you can run another out. I think you got a chance to run another out.
And a quick timeout.
And a quick timeout and a kick.
Are they going to kick now?
Yeah, I think they're going to bring in George to take a shot at him. What you don't want to do is blow a chance when you got a kicker. Some of the people have missed a little early on, but I mean, throughout their championship runs, he has been dead out.
38-yard attempt for Cimadavilla. Gruden the holder. And a whistle as the ball is snapped.
Boy, that's too much time.
And once again, Tampa Bay is really making life harder for themselves than it should be tonight.
Toughest thing in sport to have people tell you all week how great you are, and to have the media say you should sweep, and to have everybody tell you you're the crown king. But that man there, Markham, has been here with the Detroit Drive. He's had dominant teams, and you have to say right now he's the best in this league at what he does.
This will make it a 41-yard attempt after the 3-yard penalty. Frizzell is back just in case the kick is short. It won't be, but is it good? It's in the net with no time left in the first half. As time expires, Cimadavilla, a 41-yard field goal. And here in Tampa Bay, they expected their team to go to the locker room leading, Doc, but by a lot more than 3 points.
Tell you what, they'll take this. Look at that man there walking in, Markham. He's had a whale of a first half worth of work, Jimmy.
After one half, of the quarterfinal playoffs in the Arena Football League. Tampa Bay on top. We got a good game. They lead it by 3.
So shock, if you will, because what the Memphis Pharaohs have been able to do right now is come out and play pretty decent defense.
Guys, that you guys haven't made all year long, you know you got to put make in the second half. You got to lock them up, get what you got, and play the hell out of it. All right? Don't like situation, point. Again, on that zone play that they got on you, they got you all inside.
A rather calm locker room, really, in the Tampa Bay Storm locker room. Let's go on the other side of the Memphis Pharaohs, see what's going on there.
Right there. And because if he quick sets and goes down, then I'll mash him up, right? On the tight end side. You understand that end? Both sides, wherever the tight end is. Now, Plugger, you got to run some bingo in here once in a while. And I'm telling the nose this half. On first down, if you want to take off once in a while, Liz, that's fine. Okay? Because of what we're doing with this guy. Now, if it's Rambo, no, you got to take the tight end, it's a wing, and the tight end, and they run a dive there for 5 yards. You have got to take that gap on Rambo. We are not going to slant this in. He's going to jam. If he's scooping, you play squeeze to boot. You understand? You're not going to slant this. You're going to heavy play him on Rambo. Is that clear, Houghton? Yes. Is that clear? But you're still the same. Is that clear in? Yes. So if it's lightning, and that's the tight end, if that's the tight end...
Translation, please, to the Pharaoh locker room.
Well, Dale White, defensive coordinator, what he's talking about is gap play. And when he's trying to get his nose tackle to be more of a controlled rush so they can take away that fullback. The fullback is killing them. And Tampa Bay has the ability to rush the football. So what he's trying to get guys to do is not let people run past you. To try to fill up some gaps and give him more of a presence versus the run.
Here in St. Petersburg, the Tampa Bay Storm lead it by a count of 32-29. When we return here to the Thunderdome, we'll take a special look at a special player, Stevie Thomas to the Tampa Bay Storm. A lot of these players have second jobs. A fascinating second job for Stevie Thomas. So look at that in a moment. To the Arena Football League playoffs, the quarterfinal round is at halftime tonight from the Thunderdome in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tampa Bay Storm leading, but only by 3 over a big underdog, the Memphis Pharaohs. You know, there aren't any millionaires in the Arena Football League. Most of these fellows, of course, have second jobs on the side. They have to survive economically. And there are the jobs that you would ordinarily have, an office worker and the like. But there are jobs that are a bit unusual for a football player to have. Stevie Thomas of the Tampa Bay Storm, in his spare time, is a St. Petersburg cop. Stevie Thomas of the Tampa Bay Storm is a definite offensive threat. He's got 18 touchdowns on the season. Not bad for a moonlighting football player. You see, Stevie Thomas is also a St. Petersburg cop, spending most of his time keeping law and order. But his football reputation follows him around.
I can go to people's house on calls, and the first thing they see is my name tag. And they say, "S. Thomas, are you Thomas that plays arena football?" And a lot of times I just tell them, "No, that's not me, that's not me." Just before they want to start talking about football, and next thing you know, they'll be looking, yeah, that is you, that is you. And now, the only thing they want to talk about is football. They want to forget what they call the police for. They just want to talk football now. So I sit there and talk football with them. Then when I ask them, well, what do you want me to complain about? Oh, don't worry about it.
A policeman's line is one of the most stressful you can imagine. And pro football offers an avenue to vent that frustration, especially on defense.
I love it. You give me a chance to release some of my frustration from football for the past 4 years, just playing one way, getting banged up. And for being a police officer, being stressed out on the job. So when I come here and play defense, I just relieve a lot of stress.
Tampa Bay is 10-2, best record in the Arena League, reminding Stevie Thomas of the '93 title team.
I think this team right here ranks right along there with the '93 team that we had. We had a guy like Keith Bronner, Dietrich Wise, when all them guys was playing. We had a big line. We had a great defense back then, and it's pretty much the same thing now. Our defense is pretty much what win games. Everybody can go out and score 50, 60 points a game, but if you don't have a defense that can stop another team, you know, it defeats the purpose. And I think our defense is pretty much what made the turning point for this year. And I think we're right there with the '93 team, but I think we got a little bit more talent this year.
A very interesting football player, a very interesting man. Stevie Thomas, first half tonight, 4 catches, 72 yards, no touchdown, but he's had a good night, and he's the kind of player that can explode at any time. The Tampa Bay Storm would love an explosion. They expected to be ahead at halftime, but by a lot more than 3 points. The Memphis Pharaohs are hanging in, looking for the upset. Will they get it? Come back in a moment.
Showtime right now.
Tampa Bay tonight, and they trail the Tampa Bay Storm by only 32-29. Trying to send shockwaves around the Arena Football League. Let's take a look at the quarterback comparison.
Well, you look at this, and it looks pretty even with the exception of 3 touchdowns by Troy Cobb and only 1 by Jay Gruden. So just credit the fact that Cobb has been under a lot of pressure, but has made the big play.
And 2 big offensive stars for Tampa Bay. Thomas, Stevie Thomas, and George LaFrance, 6 catches, but 0 touchdowns.
Well, the presence has been felt more so on returns than as receivers. And again, it goes to the fact that Memphis plays pretty good defense, and they've been able to get Bankhead to the quarterback a couple of times. Where they have not been good is when McKinnon has the football or Tony Jones. And between the 2 guys, they've been able to turn out some yardage on the ground.
Well, Tampa Bay, remember, received the opening kickoff. So Simonavilla will be kicking off for Tampa Bay. Stevie Thomas and his mates get ready for the second half. And back for the Memphis Pharaohs, Frizzell Davis. Simonavilla, I don't believe it's going to reach the net. Davis will pick it about 4 yards deep in the end zone. Avoids the initial hit and struggles out toward the 10-yard line.
I don't know what he was waiting on. I'm always concerned. You see the way George LaFrance gets that ball off the net side and explodes. That's the only way to return kick.
Well, it didn't look like number 88, Frizzell Davis, was tiptoeing on that 13-yard return. And he got nailed by Lynn Rowland, but still struggled just short of the 10-yard line. So Memphis down by 3 with the football. The finality staring both teams in the face. Tampa Bay, the heavy favorite, and off the hands, this one is of Greg Lewis, who should have caught that.
Very important now that someone exerts themselves, whether it be on defense or offense, to figure out who's going to have the momentum in here this the third quarter. And when you're on offense, you want to come out and get a good play off the bat. Well, now that that didn't happen, you know Memphis can't rely on this running game. They've got to go back up top.
Second down and 10. Memphis Pharaohs. Tampa Bay with the best record in the league, which means as long as they keep winning, they'll stay at home. They don't want to get on a plane to go anywhere. And here is Ryan Benjamin on a nice throw from teammate in college, Troy Cobb.
Give him time, and Top Gun will hurt you. It has been so evident throughout the first half that when Tampa Bay, again, here's a club that gets after you defensively, they come in tonight with 28 sacks. But it's not worth squat if you can't get to the quarterback. Watch this offensive line play again. Bankhead, Ross, that's pretty good. I'm saying you're going up against Tampa Bay. That is pretty good. Ross, Hout, and Bankhead did a pretty good job.
First and 10 for the Memphis Pharaohs at the Tampa Bay 18-yard line. Memphis has had 1 lead in this game tonight at 22-21. Trying to take their second lead. And just short of the first down is Greg Lewis with a flag on the play in the Memphis backfield and call this back.
He got hold of it.
And walking around is John Bankhead, and I think he is the guilty party the way he's looking at the referee.
Holding, number 99, Memphis.
Greg Ross out of Memphis University.
Boy, it's happened twice. And watch the left of your screen, 99. He's going to slide over. You see, oh, yeah, that's a strangle. That's not a hold. That's a strangle.
Well, you're going to hold. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah, do it. Rip the guy's neck out. You know, the sad thing about it is that at that point, when you got a guy in that position, the chance he's not going to get the quarterback anyway. Just push him. Now, look at the penalty situation. Is that wild? Storm 10 for 48. Memphis Pharaohs, they went through a run where they had a lot of penalties.
Memphis, their first 5 first downs tonight were all by penalty against Tampa Bay. Cobb has some pressure, gets it off for a little yardage. He got it off to Robert Lyles, who had his helmet nailed into the sideline.
Stevie Thomas took out some of that frustration you were talking about as a police officer with the St. Pete group, and he threw Robert Lyle. Lyle doesn't mind those dasher boards. He's a tough guy. That's good recognition by 20. Stevie Thomas comes over, locks up, and there's the bam. There's the crusher.
Well, Tampa Bay will give that play up because it's second and still a bunch. Second and 15 for the Memphis Pharaohs. And a fumble on the snap, and luckily for Memphis, the Pharaohs do recover it. Lyles picked it up. McKinnon was right there to try and get it for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, see, the ball appeared to be there. Troy was getting out. They're just flirting right now with momentum. You know, they make a big play, they show you they can do it, and they'll have a bad play.
Listen to Troy Kopp in the huddle.
Ryan, 300-yard change on 2. On 2, ready?
They said that was pretty quick. I hope they get it. I didn't.
I think you said the name Ryan. That would mean Ryan Benjamin, number 10.
Well, he had a free one on that.
He's looking that way, but over the middle and caught nicely at the 10-yard line by Greg Lewis.
Boy, Greg, what hand. That was under pressure, too. I tell you, this Kopp is not, he's an emotional leader. I don't know if he gets enough time on it. Thought he had a flag. See, the penalty hurts him. That's not bad coverage. That's a good hit at the end, too.
And that'll set up a relative chip shot field goal for Brian Lee as Memphis once again tries to tie this game up. This will be a 25-yard field goal attempt. 17 yards plus the 8 of the end zone. Russell the holder. Plenty long enough and good with 10 minutes and 48 seconds left in the third quarter. The Memphis Pharaohs won't go away. They've tied this one up again. 32-all. What will happen tonight? Will Tampa Bay stay at home, or will the Memphis Pharaohs move on in the Arena Football League playoffs? There's the Memphis scoring play. 6 plays, 31 yards, the field goal, tying it up.
I know Tracy Simeon's home watching this. The Milwaukee Mustangs, I bet he's the best in the league, and George LaFrance is not far behind.
LaFrance with an opening. Almost up to midfield. Tackled from behind by Jerry Pitts. Well, that could have really been something.
As a player, you just hate to lose it on a special teams play and have a guy run by.
22-yard return for LaFrance. First and 10 there, and this cuts the field virtually in half. 28 yards from Pater for Tampa Bay.
Well, they failed on their last possession.
Yeah. Go! Grannis fell in motion. Gruden goes back the other way. On the delay. And picking up yardage is Ivan Caesar, number 32.
Boy, Wells with a big block on Lyles. A little misdirection, and what happened, they go in at halftime, and they decide to put a little ice cream to this offense. Mix things up just a little bit.
First time Ivan Caesar out of BC has touched the ball tonight.
Tell you what, they count on this young man a lot, though. He's been a very good player for him.
And there's a look in the rear view.
He can also run the ball. He got 29 carries for 144 yards.
Gruden loads the time. Going for Grannis Bell, and Bell doesn't get the football and ends up in front of the Memphis bench to boot.
Well, you said a bad word, loads of time. And if Memphis can't get pressure on him, he will hit him. He will hurt him.
Well, let's update that score from the Kiel Center tonight. The St. Louis Stampede hosting the Albany Firebirds, the high-scoring Firebirds. But look at this. It's St. Louis that's the high-scoring outfit. How are they holding Albany to 14 points?
Plenty of time, though. I guarantee you that the Firebirds, unless they've had some injuries, they'll get in the 30s or the 40s before it's over.
Gruden on third down. Has his man Bell or not? No, they're going to call it an incompletion. Bell was hit.
They closed on that ball well. Jerry did a real nice job of closing up the cushion on that. Grannis Bell's a tricky receiver. Boy, he had some great days with the Detroit Drive. Also was with the Washington Redskins. And Grannis is a little guy, but he's quick, he's tenacious, and also plays that weak linebacker, Jill position very well. One of the Mountaineers, Tommy.
Absolutely.
Them ears.
Absolutely. Had some great days in Morgantown, I did. For the Mountaineer football games for those folks.
They're going to have a good football team this year.
Yes, they are. They're going to be ready. Gruden the holder, Simadavia the kick. And overend, plenty long enough. And you can count it as right with 8:19 left to go. in the third quarter. 41-yard field goal for Jorge Cimadevilla out of East Tennessee State. And it's Tampa Bay on top again, but still by the slimmest of margins. The Storm 35, the Pharaohs 32. Brought to you by Office Depot, taking care of business with guaranteed low prices on thousands of brand name office supplies. And ready for more action, live coverage, quarterfinal round of the Arena Football League playoffs on ESPN. With Doc Walker, I'm Tom Mees, and the number 1 seed is really being challenged here tonight. Cimadevilla gets under it. Jeff Russell off the netting, misplayed it. Free ball. It's in the slide. Can you believe this? And a safety for Tampa Bay. That's a live ball when it comes off like that.
Boy, Jeff Russell. Is that Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, he makes a great recovery, but then he runs back in the end zone.
Well, he saved Tampa Bay from recovering just outside the end zone, and then he hit Caesar in the back of the helmet.
Oh, you got to throw him out.
That's ridiculous. You don't know what was said down there before.
I don't care what was said. You don't take a ball in the head, you could knock a guy out. You could literally knock a guy unconscious with that.
Well, some of Caesar's fans. So you never take your helmet off. Well,
Never.
He's got it off. What's going to happen to Jeff Russell? If he gets thrown out, that's a big weapon for Memphis.
Huge weapon.
Foul. And number 6, Memphis, ejected from ball game.
Oh, my. Remember that.
You got to do it.
Jeff Russell, you lost your cool, and you're going to pay for it. That's ridiculous.
Never let something verbal force you into something physical. You know, if something physical can force you into something physical, but never verbal or physical.
Well, where did all this start anyway? It started with a kickoff from Cimadevilla, and here's what happened after it hits the netting.
Sooner or later, the Nets will take over in arena football. See, they got a trail guy that doesn't do his job. See, Jeff has no other choice. I mean, he at that point, you just have to recover it. But what you know what was had, Caesar probably went over and called him a numbskull, a knucklehead, or whatever. But you don't throw. I mean, a spiral at point blank could hurt a man.
Well, Russell made a very intelligent play in opting for the safety rather than giving Tampa Bay a chance for an easy score, but he made a dumb play throwing the football into the back of the helmet of Ivan Caesar. And Russell is still over pleading his case, and so is his coach.
Well, Dowden, I know he's upset because Dowden had a similar situation where he pushed a receiver, and I thought he should have been thrown out. Guys in stripes have got to control the football game.
John Freeze still talking with the officials. Russell has gone over to take a seat, 23-year-older out of Pacific.
A huge loss.
Yep, it is. It is. And nobody feels worse about it now than Russell, but frankly, let's be honest, he should have thought about that ahead of time.
Yeah.
So Tampa Bay gets the 2 points. Their lead is 5, and they get this kick right back. Russell will sit. Remember, that play is maybe the turning point of the night.
Surprised they allowed him to stay on the field. Guy kicked off to be in the shower.
He's at the end of the bench. Kickoff by Brian Lee. LaFrance awaits again. Boy, he's so good at playing it off that net. And he was a step away from breaking it. Shorten brought him down with an arm.
And when I talk about trail man on the kick going to Memphis, you got to create a triangle off the net. So you got a guy on each side and one guy as a trail so you can get the ricochet. They didn't have that. Might cost them the game.
Well, more NFL preseason action coming your way on ESPN. The Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. That's Saturday. That's tomorrow. It's next Saturday, I should say. Next Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Live preseason action right here on ESPN. Jim Kelly, the Bills. Mr. Thomas, Derek Thomas, and the Kansas City Chiefs. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Mike Patrick and company there.
And don't forget they assessed the penalty after the kick on Mr. Russell.
That game is a week from tonight. Yeah, the penalty adding insult there. You're right, Doc. Shortens the field even more, and LaFrance makes the catch.
Now, a championship football team will come down right now for 7 in your face in a hurry.
Yeah, this is a big series for both sides. Right
9-point swing, just like that.
5-point Tampa Bay Storm lead now. quickly could grow to 12 or 13. Perkins is the man in motion, but he's a lead blocker, and a short gain here on the give to the fullback, Tony Jones.
Farley, good play. Boy, he knifed in on that one. Got to Jones. Those big fullbacks. Tom, the best thing you can do is get around those ankles in a hurry.
So a big third down play coming up here for Tampa Bay. Let's listen to Gruden.
Go. Right overload, 33 chip. On two, ready?
They're going to the money man. They're going that big stallion. Boy, you know I like this offense. They can run the football no matter what the circumstances. They feel confident in their ground attack.
Right overload. In other words, the play is going to the right side.
Yeah, they're going to get the ball in the hands of Tony Jones. Perkins has a big block.
Well, France goes to the left. Jones goes to the left. I don't know if he got the first down. I don't think so. Inside the 15, but he needed to get to around the 13-yard line.
It will save the football live if they're able to pull it off.
It's a 4th down.
Big call for Markham. You can go for the 3 now and extend it, which is the safe thing to do in a championship play. You want points. Or you can show your testosterone and go right at it and run.
Well, now confused. Remember, Gruden will be the holder here for Cimadevilla. Maybe a trick play might be in the offing here. Let's see. They're setting up at the 21, 29-yard attempt. Two out of 3 for Cimadevilla on the night. This one plenty long enough, and it is over the bar and good. With 6 minutes even left to go in the third quarter. Tampa Bay Storm tack on another 3. They regain the lead by 8. Tampa Bay 40. Memphis Pharaohs 32, without Mr. Jeff Russell for the rest of the night. Thunderdome, where they say here they refuse to lose. Well, Tampa Bay may win tonight, but they are being severely tested by Memphis. Cimadevilla and Frizzell Davis high off the net. Up to the right. Back the other way. That's trouble. That's trouble. You got to go north-south in those kickoff returns.
He's not paying attention to George LaFrance. You know what I mean? If he was watching George run, it would definitely help him. That's coaching point. Just run.
And he is brought down over the 5. Actually, I think Davis getting a little bit of a charitable spot up at the 7-yard line.
I mean, Motown was a talented young man. I mean, he had a broken hand early on with the ex-Mustang. I mean, the kid has a lot of talent, and if he just gets turned on, I'm telling you what, he could be scary.
Torrey Williams replaces Jeff Russell as a wideout to the bottom of the screen. Pharaohs need a score here on this series, and the pass is dropped by Frizzell Davis short of midfield.
Yeah, that would have been a big catch, and that's what you need when you're trailing and you're on the road, and you have an integral part of your offense now. Jeff Russell, as you mentioned, who is not a part of this offense. Now, don't forget, Williams had a big catch on the bomb, and they've had some success going deep on Tampa Bay.
53, dig, deep flag. I want. Ready? Give me some room.
Asking for protection. You would think a deep pass is in the offing here. The total yards almost dead even in this game. And that is a big surprise. Kopp going to the sideline and hurried a little bit there. He had Ryan Benjamin wide open, but didn't have the time to hit him.
Yeah, you know, and that's okay, because you're going up against the league's premier pass rush, and that's the first time they've gotten to him in the third quarter. As you watch the jailbreak right up the middle, they are so effective with those linebackers. And that's the bottom line to it. Both of them, McKinnon, Smith, real studs on defense.
Rush, forget it. Memphis, we knew coming in they weren't going to do any business running.
Well, they didn't fool you, averaging 1 yard per carry.
A one-dimensional football team.
Yes.
Offensively.
And in arena football, you can get away with that.
Yes, you can. Third down and 10. Count 15 out of 25. A flag here, and drawing that flag is Torrey Williams, as Dowden tripped him up, and he knows it.
Yeah, that was a big break. Dowden may have turned his ankle on this, too.
Dowden immediately motioning over for some help from the bench, which has yet to arrive.
Willie Wyatt was lost. Fine lineman for Tampa Bay with an ankle.
Holding, number 10, Tampa Bay, 8 yards, automatic first down.
See if we can take another look at this. Again, the pass rush is not as potent on this one. As a matter of fact, That was tuxedo quarterback style for Troy Kopp. He gets tripped off. There's the animated Williams.
So the ball is moved up on the penalty and the automatic first down just short of the 15-yard line. 8-point margin in favor of Tampa Bay. And a pitch out. Look at this. Ryan Benjamin.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
They actually picked up positive yardage.
Yeah, that'll get them into the plus column. They feel like Jeopardy.
Up through average.
They didn't have any money. Now they got their over zero, and they got some money in their pocket.
They're up through average. It's got to do with the trail man, a lot like Iowa. They took a page out of Iowa. Boy, look at Thomas McLeaf and the key block at the point of attack. That was crushing.
Ball just short of the 20, so call the game around 5, second down and 5. Getting late here in the third quarter, the Memphis Pharaohs hanging around. Down by 8. Quick out. Flags everywhere. Tampa Bay looked like they got back after starting to jump, and let's see if they did.
Yeah, that's a free play. They would have hoped Davis didn't re-injure his ankle.
Oh, Davis is a little slow getting up. And another penalty against the Storm.
Can't come out, though. You can't come out, Brazil.
They've already got Russell out of this game for the night.
Offside, number 99, Tampa Bay, 3 yards, replay, second down.
Joe Marks didn't get back.
Yeah, if you want to wear a championship ring, you don't get nicked up in this kind of game.
So the ball will be a second down and 2.
Pardon me, you know, this is for an expansion club. There's Tim Markham thinking, hey, we're supposed to be easy with this. This is really, you know, they want to patronize them. But for an expansion club to be in this position, coming off 3 consecutive losses, this is quality football.
Don Freeze doing a heck of a job getting his team ready. Benjamin's got the first down and more. Ryan Benjamin spinning to the 20-yard line of Tampa Bay.
Boy, the Thomas McLeaf leading the play, the convoy. You're talking about a personal protector. Boy, now that's a fullback. I like this. Taking a page out of Iowa, the Iowa Barnstormers, they do this extremely well. They used to be 49, getting a chip block. Now he's going to good on 27 Sanders. And that's how you draw it up.
Barnstormers will be going into Arizona tomorrow.
Arizona, yeah.
Arizona Rattlers.
Another expansion club has really had a banner first year.
Kopp looking left all the way. Has an open man and a nice defensive play there by Tampa Bay's Tracy Perkins, knocking it away from Frizzell Davis.
Well, that's a good play. That secondary is being challenged by Tampa Bay. He comes up again. You like, if your ball's in your hands, you'd like to have it. Oh, Sanders goes down. There's a touchdown. When Troy Kopp had his mind made up, he was going to big 88.
Ryan Benjamin wide open.
Ball was already released, though. It's tough. These kids are competing with Tom. They are competing. It's just good to see this.
It really is. This is a heck of a game, and frankly, many people didn't think it would be that good of a game tonight. We can let that secret out now.
I had my doubts.
Kopp over the middle, and it is caught down at the 7-yard line, and squirming forward is Torrey Williams to the 5, first and goal.
They won't die. They just won't die. You know, and there's Don Freeze, who is cool as a cucumber. See, they take on the inside pass rush. Good throw. And here's the balls on the shoulders, caps, whatever. They just continue to haul the balls in and can just keep fighting.
Torrey Williams out of Northwestern State. Let's listen to Troy Kopp.
Watch your lights now, okay? Everybody. Z-Loop Lion 29 on one. Ready?
You believe this thing will stay on the ground?
Come on, baby.
Can we mention the fact that most of the guys on the field are going both ways?
Oh, sure.
Wow.
If you're new to arena football, most of the guys, Iron Man. Look at Ryan Benjamin. He runs it in for the touchdown. A rushing touchdown for Memphis. That's good.
You better repeat that again, Tom Mees.
A rushing touchdown for Memphis.
Okay, I believe you this time. Here's the club averages 1 yard per rush. And they have found a way to silence this Storm crowd. Benjamin, a key factor. And there's Coach Freeze, man. Don is, as I mentioned, smooth as ice. Watch the offensive line. Howden, they're on Wells. Gets good position. There's the Predator up front. Receivers blocking. This young man, Benjamin, he wants to be a star in this league.
Well, they just brought him in due to injuries, and they're going for 2 to try and tie it up. Tampa Bay up by only 2 at 40 to 38.
And now they have the spread of the run, so play action on this is a viable option. And you have it right there. Play action.
Kopp drills
Got him.
And they called it incomplete. I don't believe it. Torrey Williams doesn't believe it.
And he dropped it.
Just at the end. All almost had it.
But you see, at this point, you just have to move on. You pat him on the rear and say next time and keep going, because you're in a football game.
After 3 quarters, what a football game we have for you tonight from the Thunderdome. Tampa Bay hanging on for dear life, leading it 40-38. Back for the climactic fourth quarter and maybe more in a moment. Start the fourth quarter. When we come back to the Thunderdome, the Pharaohs will be kicking off. Tampa Bay a little bit shell-shocked after that rushing touchdown on behalf of Memphis. But the botched 2-point conversion still leaves the Storm on top by 2.
Don just had a big laugh right before that little snarl. These guys realize that they have a chance to win this game.
Ryan Lee, the kickoff. LaFrance has 7 returns tonight for 139 yards. Can't get to this one. A flag. Everything happening here. Bounded all the way out to Corey Dowden.
Yeah, didn't give him the 5 yards on that. Pitts goes up and hits Brandon Bill in the back. Great play going for the ball, but the 5-yard rule, you must respect it.
And the officials will mark it off against the Memphis Pharaohs. So the Tampa Bay Storm on top, but only by 2. And the one thing we have not had here tonight for either side, a turnover.
With the opportunity to catch against Memphis, 3 yards, first down.
Well, if you're the favorite team here, if you're Tampa Bay, you got to watch out for that maybe interception or fumble, because that could kill you and give the underdog the impetus.
Well, I really thought that the ejection of Russell and the safety would be the backbreaker. Well, they responded with that for a score. And I also tell you that Albany would come back in that game with St. Louis.
Well, let's see. What are they doing at Kiel Center? Albany and St. Louis? Guess what? The Albany Firebirds are on fire. It's now tied up at 41 in the fourth quarter there. 11 minutes to go at Kiel Center in St. Louis.
They've recovered 2 touchdowns for TDs. So the Nets ultimately will be a factor in championship play.
It's playoff time in Arena Football League. Anything can happen. Gruden, quick drop. LaFrance or Stevie Thomas wide open over the 15 to the 19-yard line. Hits on the tackle.
You know, it doesn't look like a lot, but Pitts is under a lot of pressure. You make one bad move, Thomas is gone.
Update on the game at St. Louis. Thomas and LaFrance, they both have multiple receptions tonight, but no touchdowns for either competitor so far.
And Lewis has done just a whale of a job. Greg Lewis, an offense, two-way player. Fazell Davis has stepped up like a monster. And you just have to credit the guts for this club.
Gruden going down the right sideline for LaFrance. Almost a great one-handed grab, but good coverage over there as well by Greg Lewis.
One play. So close. So close. 2 speedsters. Watch Robert Lyle coming. Good pressure. Houghton there jumping up. And see, Greg doesn't find the ball. So he is technically beaten. France couldn't pull it in.
Second down and 10.
Start watching the big guys up front, and fatigue is a factor now in the fourth quarter. This kind of pressure, do or die, playoff football.
Thomas with a head of steam. Gruden looking for him. Gruden finds him. Stevie Thomas. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
There it is.
And a little bit of extracurricular activity. And this will cost, and you have to wonder if Thomas will be gone.
Well, Fazell, I mean, once a guy scores a touchdown, as I mentioned 2 plays earlier, that Pitts rather, was under a lot of pressure because with Thomas, one catch he can go. So you must come up and make the tackle first.
Thomas, though, lost his cool at the end of that play, and the Pharaohs players are lobbying to have him thrown out.
Well, let's see what happens here. See, very basic. Now you got to get up, secure, make the tackle out. You can't do that because he has too much speed. And now this is what I was concerned about. And at this point, it's a score. Now that's a casual hit. Now there's a push by Thomas. Personal foul got to go on Thomas, but that's not worthy of an ejection.
LaFrance is wrapping him up to make sure he doesn't get thrown out.
Don't get out of here, Stevie. Then they can double me.
31-yard bomb to Thomas. 6 receptions, 114 yards, and now a TD for the St. Petersburg policeman. Gruden is warming up. He's 14 out of 20 on the night. Simonavilla. Extra point, no good. No good, so it gives Memphis a life. The margin is 8 with 12:42 to go in the fourth quarter. Nothing is automatic in the Arena League. Tampa Bay is up by 8 on the Memphis Pharaohs. Memphis will receive the kickoff, though, coming back. you by Rydell, the official helmet and protective equipment supplier of the Arena Football League. And by Coast Deodorant Soap. That bold scent and big lather make Coast the eye-opener. Back here inside Tampa Bay or St. Petersburg's Thunderdome, the crowd on their feet. Their hometown Storm have an 8-point lead. Still lots of time to go, Rick.
A ton of time. A ton of time.
Brazell Davis will play it off the net. No, he won't. It's between the uprights, and it'll be a touchback. Ball will be brought out to the 5. Let's take a look at the touchdown a moment ago by Stevie Thomas.
Well, when you've got two great receivers like LaFrance and Thomas, all you want to do is get the ball in their hands. Now, Pitts blows the heel on his angle. His angle was wrong the entire way. And it's unfortunate he's had a whale of a night, but you know sooner or later, Thomas will get to you.
Now, Thomas was bugging for the camera, and he got hit from behind, and that ticked him off, and almost went over the line. Not quite.
Yeah, he did.
And remember, that penalty was going to be marked off against Tampa Bay after the kickoff, so instead of the 5, it's out to the 13-yard line.
Well, that hurts the team.
Yep. And Thomas is angry, takes his helmet off, takes a seat on the bench.
Yeah, no, he's ripped over this one.
I guess he wasn't aware a penalty was called after the touchdown as Ryan Benjamin hauls in the pass from Kopp up at the 22.
Well, he's got to show some composure now because he's too valuable to this team. And that's a play that's over. Now you got to start thinking about the plays that are upcoming.
Thomas not too pleased about leaving the field.
No. Pretty mild and calm guy, but now that he's on defense, man, he has definitely turned over a new leaf.
Working out that frustration. Top, a quick one. Benjamin. Boy, this kid is really impressed. And Ryan Benjamin is tackled, but not before he picks up a first down.
Yeah, rolling, great pursuit angle. I don't like that play against this defense. Defense pursues so quick. They've not had a lot of success with it, but don't forget Benjamin running the ball as a trailer has really been successful.
11 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this one. Unless we're tied, and then we'll go OT. 46-38 to score.
Now, I got a feeling we're going to see a deep one coming up. They've had a lot of success going vertical with the football.
Kopp flooding the left side with receivers, almost intercepted off the hands of Tracy Perkins.
Yeah, he had two people open on that, too. He had two people open. You know, he's got a semi-rollout. I don't think he really got his shoulders square. It wasn't a real good position to throw the football.
Brazell Davis wide open. Listen to Kopp as he calls the play.
Ryan, 53-10 on first down, ready?
Going back to 5-step drop. They've had some success with this, not as much as the 3-step. Offensive line, a lot of pressure on him.
Kopp, plenty of time. Pumps, throws, and the receiver was knocked down, and it's intercepted by Perkins. Up to the 20 of the 22-yard line. Knocked down was Greg Lewis, or did he fall down? There's no flag, so the interception will stand.
Boy, he had the time. Can you believe that? Kopp stepped up, about to try to make a play. Lewis goes down. Boy, Perkins stays up with that. That's good defense.
And that is the first turnover tonight, and it comes at a critical point in this football game. 16 yards on the return. Tampa Bay up by 8. The first turnover of the night benefits the Tampa Bay Storm.
Well, as you watch here, 82 coming across your screen is he tripped. I think he gets tripped up. That's an inadvertent trip. I don't think that was intentional. It's unfortunate, but hey, that's the game.
Perkins comes up with the pick. Jay Gruden takes over. He's 14 out of 20 of the night for just under 200 yards. Former Louisville Cardinal. Ball on the 22 after the interception return. Gruden all the time in the world. LaFrance intercepted by Memphis. What a play there by the Pharaohs, Darius Hadley.
That is, boy, it's a monster recovery. You were talking about Gruden. He's got Thomas open, puts a little air under the ball, and by the way, that fan gets to keep that.
That's right.
And here you watch George LaFrance trying to sneak his way out. Nice move when he turns rush. The ball should be there now. The ball is late, and the recovery is great.
So Darius Hadley says, I can do that, too, that interception thing.
Man,
Good news is that he got it from Memphis. Bad news is they're on the 1-yard line.
Well, no. It's no bad news when you can get the football back. Bad news would have been had Thomas and LaFrance scored on him.
Yeah.
This is a good turnaround. Good turnaround. Boy, that man Tim Markham is thinking to himself, you know, I had an idea it would be tough, but never in my wildest dreams did I think it would be this tough.
Memphis Pharaohs have
Coach, you got flag. I'm first down, ready?
played down here on July 1st, and frankly were blown out 62-38, acquitting themselves quite well this quarterfinal playoff game tonight. Troy Kopp, deep in the end zone, under pressure, lets it go. And Perkins was playing defense on Greg Lewis and might have gotten away with something there.
Yes, I think he did. But that Perkins he's good, though. He really is. They're having a dog fight. Here we go. Not scared to throw it out. Boy, Coach Freeze lets Kopp go after it. See a little pressure at the end. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it's enough to just disrupt the play just a smidgen.
Sylvester Bembry was the man putting the pressure on.
300 dog change on first down, ready?
Bembry played locally in Florida, at Central Florida.
First time we mentioned his name in a while. That offensive line did a good job.
Second down and 10. Immediate pressure on Kopp. He has to get rid of it, and it's picked off. Touchdown! Sanders scores for Tampa Bay.
Well, Bembry was back, and back in a big way. Thomas McLeish, the fullback, didn't step up to take him on early enough. And as a result, Troy Kopp had no vision. And that was the worst play of his arena football career. Now you take another look at it. See, McLeish 49 just gets beat. And if you're going to throw it up out of bounds. Never inbound.
Or you could have taken the safety there, too.
Yeah, we've had 3 turnovers in succession. We had none up to this point.
Well, Tampa Bay will try and add the extra point. It's 52-38. That one play changes the whole complexion of this football game. Sevilla. And this one is good. With 8:04 to go in the fourth quarter, the Storm maybe taking control of this one. You never know. For the moment, it is a 15-point advantage. Pharaohs up against it in St. Pete. The first time tonight, young and old, this crowd in a frenzy at the Thunderdome as they can smell a victory and maybe a home game again next week.
Yeah, maybe.
Lots of time left. 8:04 as we saw at the end of the first half. That's a long time. Simon moves into it. Davis off the neck. Fumbles it again. He's had problems tonight, and
what is he doing?
I don't know what he's doing. He draws a flag. Now, the rules say you got to try and run it out. Illegal
run the ball out of the end zone. Attempt to run the ball out of the end zone. 3 yards.
Yeah, no attempt to run it out.
Yeah, I can't figure him out.
Yep. Now, Brazil, a little bit of brain warp there. Well, second round of the playoffs coming up next Friday on ESPN2. 8:30 Eastern Time, 5:30 Pacific Time. That'll be a semifinal playoff game. Then a week from tonight on ESPN at midnight Eastern, 9 o'clock Pacific, the other Arena Football League semifinal game. So ESPN2 and ESPN bringing you round 2 of the Arena Football League playoffs next Friday and Saturday night. And if it's anything like what we've seen in round 1, you won't want to miss it. Kopp, quick drop. Brazil Davis has it and then retreats back to the 6-yard line. What was he doing on that kickoff return? I haven't figured that out yet.
He doesn't know, so how in the world would I know? All I know is he was costing football teams some yardage.
Brazil's probably thinking, I didn't have to deal with nets at the University of Maine.
No, he's been pretty good at it, too. I'm really surprised.
Second down at about 7. Remember, running time until the last minute of each quarter. And the ball off the hands of Davis. That was a rocket. It may not have been intended for him, but he knocked it into the stand.
Yeah, that was a little bit too strong.
And the fan has a football souvenir. You know, you throw a lot of incompletions. That can run into money.
Yeah, it can. He's getting the baseball.
Third down and a big play here for Kopp. Let's listen in as he approaches the huddle.
Ryan wing high, fire 70s, deep flat, on one, ready? Run streak. You run a flat. Then run streak.
70 series again quick. They've run a slant, as you heard him say the slant. Trying to make it up going to the line of scrimmage is scary.
Tops had an interception in each of the last 2 series. Wants to be careful. He is careful and finds Ryan Benjamin, his soulmate out of Pacific, over the 15 to the 16-yard line.
You know, this season is going to end a little too soon for the Pharaohs because you pick up a kid like Benjamin, and these guys have stepped in and played well. Williams has played well for them, you know. And if they had Russell now and they had some more
right, see high, 52 jig on one, ready?
I'm just impressed. Don Free's done a great job putting these pieces together in 1 week.
Memphis got to get a touchdown on this series. Got to get right back into this game. Top, lots of time now. Oh, lots of time, and whistled it too hard through the hands of Torrey Williams. I think he would have been wise to put a little more touch on that throw.
Yeah, he wants this so bad now. He's pressing. Now he's pushing the ball on like a pitcher trying to direct the ball through will, man. It's there for him. He's got time. All he's got to do is step and make the throw. See, he didn't need the muscle. He had 2 guys running wide open.
Well, the other Arena Football League playoff game going on tonight at the Kiel Center. Look at that. St. Louis, the stampede by 1 over Albany, and that has to be getting late in the 4th quarter.
I told you.
Earl Bruce, trying to shut out the Albany Firebirds, and there is a pass that is not gathered in by Torrey Williams.
No, it's not been a banner possession for Memphis. They need somebody to step up now and make a big play for them. Guys are a little winded. There you see Davis, hands on his shoulders. They brought in a new offensive line, which is a good strategy. But these receivers appear to be a little winded.
Well, still 10 yards from a first down for the Memphis Pharaohs. Ball on the 16-yard line. Each team with all 3 of its timeouts left. And a 15-point lead. 3rd down and 10. Top rolling right to get time. Has to retreat, and he just throws it away. That time he was well advised to do just that. Everybody covered.
Well, I think well advised if he's going to go for this. It's amazing to see if they go for another shot, getting it deep. You just kind of like to see him take a shot in the end zone. You know, there's no punting in this league. But at this point, I try to want to make a play in the end zone.
Well, they're going to go for the field goal here.
I'm going to take the point.
Brian Lee, if he makes it, it would bring him back within 12. Lee, his first 3 field goal game of the year. 50-yard attempt coming up now. And a 53-yarder early on. This one is long enough, and it is good.
Bullseye.
Wow. A 50-yard rocket with 3:29 left to go in the 4th quarter. There's life in the patient yet. 53 for the Tampa Bay Storm, 41 for the Memphis Pharaohs. We'll be back to the Thunderdome in St. Petersburg in a moment. Don Freese on the left, Tim Markham on the right. Markham, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Storm, a worried man. Why you say he's up 12? Well, this is arena football. Loads of time left, about 3.5 minutes. Anything there.
Saying to himself, Pharaohs now scored over 40 points for the 5th time all year.
And LaFrance has got a lane, and he has just tripped up over the 10-yard line. Pitts may have saved a touchdown. A reminder now, NFL Prime Monday comes your way on Monday night. It's not just your everyday pregame show. Go inside the Monday night matchup with Joe Theismann, Mike Tirico, and our newcomer, Sterling Sharp, formerly of the Green Bay Packers. Chris Mortensen also with all the inside info behind the scenes in the NFL. NFL Prime Monday, this Monday at 7:30 Eastern Time. It's a good show.
Sterling is good. You're going to really enjoy his insight.
Well, he tells it like it is.
Great. Brings it strong.
Whether you like it or not, you're going to hear it.
Well, I like that.
Refreshing. All right, Stevie Thomas, top of the screen. LaFrance is in the slot. Grannis Bell in motion. He gathers it in from Gruden, and Bell may have it up for the first down. Brazil Davis had a hold of him, but couldn't stop him.
I believe this St. Louis is up by 1. Albany has the ball on the 2-yard line of St. Louis. I mean,
oh, my goodness.
Believe it.
Well, that's well within field goal range, isn't it?
We need a split screen on this.
I'm sure our crack school will get us the final.
Right wangle, 84. On two, ready?
Three-step package for Jay Gruden. And what he wants to do now is just keep this drive alive and go back to, you remember Thomas took a simple pass for a score.
And also run some clock, too, Gruden would like to do. LaFrance, it's batted at the line of scrimmage.
The other fans with hands, they're fighting over that football. They are fighting over that football. And who lets go for? Who gives it up?
Well, the guy with the cap is... is he going to
no. They're going in their pockets. Maybe they're going to buy it. They're negotiating now. Not negotiating. They're going to flip. Oh, they're going to flip.
Civilized way to decide this.
Forget this. That's the guy in the shirt. Oh, man! Good move.
That was a two-headed coin. He didn't know.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I checked that coin.
Clock continues to roll, remember, even after the incompletion in Arena Football League until the final minute. So time the enemy of Memphis, and so is George LaFrance as he gathers it in. Time is really now starting to run out on the Pharaohs.
Yeah, it really is. Well, we have a great game. We have a good fan play. This has been a complete package.
And a timeout is called. I believe Memphis is going to take one to stop the clock. If Tampa Bay wins this game tonight, they will be home for a game next weekend. However, they don't know yet who they would play. We'll take a timeout as well. The Tampa Bay Storm have had a struggle tonight. They look like they might be ready to put this one away. We'll have the final 123 as the Pharaohs try and come back from the dead in a moment. Looking left all the way, waiting for a receiver to break open. Nobody does, so Gruden throws it away.
That's what he does. Stays smart with the football. Bank head, applying the pressure.
Yeah, the clock will continue to roll down to the 1-minute warning in 8 seconds. And this will bring up a 4th down, and Timothy will try and come in and give Tampa Bay that 15-point lead again as the clock stops for the 1-minute warning. Now, this will not be a gimme. They'll put this back, near the 25-yard line. So that'll be around a 33-yarder. Timothy tonight.
Been hot. He had a problem with one PAT.
Yep.
The field goals. I mean, he's been scorching.
Well, he's had a good night for Memphis, too. He's hit one from 53, 20, 25, and 49.
Well, in my 3 years, this has been the best kicking on both sides I've witnessed.
Well, remember, these uprights are only 9 yards apart, and the bar, the crossbar, is 15 yards high.
No, there's no chip shots in arena football.
They're 15 feet apart, I should say, the uprights. This one is long enough. It is no good, though. No good. So with 55 seconds left to go, Memphis still has a shot, because now, remember, the clock will stop after incomplete passes, after the change of move for a first down.
Well, look at the shot to score. They got to kick off. You can get onside. You get the nets involved again. I mean, at this point, as evident with Albany and St. Louis, it's never over until the last 6.
Well, next weekend, it's the semifinal round of the Arena Football League playoffs. Friday at 8:30 Eastern Time, live on ESPN2. We'll be somewhere to bring it to you. That's Friday at 8:30 Eastern Time on ESPN2. Now, next Saturday, 1 week from tonight at midnight Eastern, 9 o'clock Pacific Time, it'll be the other semifinal.
Albany now victorious, 51-49. They get the field goal. Firebirds alive.
That's bad news for defenses around the Arena Football League as Rizal Davis stops the clock.
Mike Perez with another week to come at you. And you're talking about setting up, I don't know what the pairings would be right now, but just to think about Albany and Tampa, just the mere thought of that is electric.
Get out your calculator.
Yes, indeed.
Ball over the 10 to the 11-yard line with 52 seconds left to play. Well, the Firebirds win on the road. A good inaugural season for old Bruce and the St. Louis Stampede. Spoiled tonight, though, with the playoff loss at home. Cobb, got to go long. Has his man Benjamin. Benjamin at the 10. Benjamin out of bounds at the 8. Stops the clock with 44 seconds left.
Boy, this kid will have a bright future in arena football. Hey, you watch him going to crossing routes work on indoors, outdoors. Watch the move. Good footwork. Williams is still in pretty good position, but the ball right on the money. Now watch the extra effort. And the smart, heads-up play to get out of bounds.
And he lands right in front of the old Pick Quick sign. You got to pick that ball off quick and go.
Pick quick.
First and
those
goal
out
at
in
the 7.
California.
No, I don't know. You got Piggly Wigglies down here in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Used to go shop at the Piggly Wiggly all the time. Here's Kopp. He's under pressure. Now rolls right. Got to get rid of it. Has a man. Touchdown. And did he hold it? No. He didn't hold it long enough. Greg Lewis did not have it. He didn't hold it long enough.
Boy, that's rough. That's rough. Let's see if Mike Vedder can give us another look at that.
That was borderline, I'll tell you. I thought he might have had it enough.
Well, then that's great. He's getting held right there. But he still comes back again. The ball is somewhat tipped.
Ooh.
No possession coming down. Right. He never secured it. Never secured it.
Well, Kopp, he's thrown it 42 times. Only connected on 50% of his passes. That's not that good in this league.
No, that was sharp. Good camera work, too. Our guys have been smoking tonight.
36 seconds left in the game. Kopp's got to have the touchdown here. Just hauls off and throws it away on second down. Benjamin was open, but he broke open too late.
Yeah, he had people open, too. Now he's fighting the clock, and here's another winner. Guy with good hands, and he gets a hug to top it off.
Two of them are going to go out and play catch later on. All right, let's follow Mr. Kopp into the huddle.
Rams, 50-10 on first down. First down, ready?
Big third down coming up here. Of course, time is the real problem here. 30 seconds in the game.
36.
Somebody got to break open quickly. Kopp under a rush. He is down on a knee and throws it out of bounds. Nobody knocked him down. He fell on his own. And a fourth down. One more play for the Pharaohs.
Yeah, so 7 seconds, and you don't get much out of it.
What do you think here, Coach? Seminole? Yes, right. 52 Seminole.
Right, 52 Seminole. Any Florida State players on this roster?
Well, Florida State's #1 ranked team in the polls.
That's right.
Maybe that means #1 in the end zone. Bobby Bowden in that group.
Kopp almost had foot problems again. Rifles it. Everybody covered. And the ball will go over on downs, and the Tampa Bay Storm will win this playoff game tonight and stay home next weekend.
Gallant effort. Gallant effort. I mean, if you're from Memphis right now, it's not what you want to hear, but when you look at those players, those Storm players are all bent over. They played their guts out, and boy, they were challenged.
Oftentimes, when a team wins a championship, you think back to the first round. I remember back in '89, the hockey playoffs, Calgary Flames ended up winning the Stanley Cup, had to go to double overtime of a 7th game to beat Vancouver.
Right.
They did so, and they went on to win the Stanley Cup. So
it helps. I've always said that, you know, when you get in, sometimes you have a bye week in the NFL, and you sit around and you wait. If you win the conference, and that waiting just drives you nuts. In this case, they continue to play. They get away with one, and it should really help them get focused.
So Tampa Bay will be home. Against whom we know not yet. Coming up right after we're through, Mike Tyson special. Remember, next week he takes on Hurricane Peter McNeely. We'll have a Tyson special coming up next with Steve Albert. And the final seconds are going to tick off here at the Thunderdome. Tim Markham and the Tampa Bay Storm had their hands full tonight with the Memphis Pharaohs. The Pharaohs succumb to the final score of 53-41. For Doc Walker, I'm Tom Mees saying thanks for tuning in to our arena football coverage tonight. Be sure and join us next Friday night on ESPN2. This game produced by ESPN in association with High Bar Productions. Video courtesy of WTOG. ESPN2 next Friday at 8:30. ESPN next Saturday night at midnight for round 2 of the Arena Football League playoffs. The Tampa Bay Storm move on. Good night, everyone.